Wah. There we go. I started with the wah today. How's it going, everybody? How you doing, Ivan? I don't know what's up with the YouTube bot. The YouTube bot takes a while to, like, pick up text. But I do see you over there. I do see you there. Let me say hello to everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing, Zetai? How you doing, Almantis? How you doing, Jay? Congratulations on your first. How you doing, Steve? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, trust me, I've played the. So technically, I got into Power Wash Sim through the 40K collab, and actually had more fun with the regular game. I have beat the regular Power Wash Sim, and a decent amount of the DLCs, not a huge amount, but like a couple. And how you doing, Spork? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's Sunday hobby time. Hopefully you guys had a good Sunday. The vast majority, I mentioned this earlier in the week, but I was the co-runner captain thing for a local Turnip 28 event, which was really, really fun. It was actually wild. We were like, the idea was just like, okay, a lot of people in my local area are, oh shit, let me get you in the Nanners fan club first. And then I will tell my story. That real quick. You do not know Nanners, everyone? This is my wonderful snake Nanners. She's oh, you moved to junior. Hell yeah, let's go. Which is good because like freshman is getting crowded. Freshman's getting hella crowded. The great resetting will be probably, if not next month, then the month after. It's coming. It's coming. Fall season is upon us. But she's been doing good. She's been doing good. Not a crazy amount since yesterday, but she's still very, very active, which is very fun because I get to look at her more. Listen, so like sometimes snakes will go a long time of just like sleeping. I'm happy I can look at her just stare. She has one expression, it's confusion, and like I get it. If I was put into a cage and I just watch a giant creature just walk by every now and then, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? What is everything? But yes, Zbork, welcome to the junior year of the official Nanners fan. Hell yeah. Oh, Zeta, you can't eat garlic. That's tragic. That's like legitimately sad. I love garlic. I duplicate whenever a recipe says add garlic, I add even more garlic. I add the most. The recipe's like use a cup, like use like maybe like a tablespoon. I'm like, you're funny. You're funny. Yeah, but yeah. That would do it. That would do it. Yeah. I'm maybe, and my being half mimic probably it would explain why I'm just like a fucking garbage disposal. I'll eat basically whatever. I like food. I like garlic to the point where like my army in Turnip 28 is like a lot of them are garlic themed, which is very funny. But yeah, so like it was supposed to just be like a local event, the Turnip 28 thing. But the idea, it's like, oh yeah, you know, there's people around my shop who are like, well, I would like to get into Turnip 28, but we don't know, like, I don't know how to play, or I don't know anyone else to play. So we did like a big event thing. We had people coming from out of state, which I was like, what the fuck? How? How did you find out? And like, why did you make that journey? But fuck yeah, let's go. And how you doing some garlic proofing? Oh god. We're about to reach levels of vampire defense that our founding fathers could only dream of. But yeah, how you doing? How you doing? So yeah, today's been fun for that, and I'm working on this lad. I have a bunch of projects printing. I've basically been like non-stop printing out for like the last week or so, but it's been for good shit. It's been fun. But yeah, no, it was I basically, but that did just mean I pretty much played Turnip all day. Played Turnip all day, worked on doing some stream prep, ate cheesecake, you know. A good a good cap to a birthday weekend. Like it was just kind of like oh, this is how I would want to spend that last little bit of time. And we're working on this big fucker. This is gonna be my third machine armor guy. Still have not finished a new Antioch list, but to be fair, this is gonna be used for like the Westfalia is doing their own unique pagan variant. So I was like that'd be fun to do. That'd be fun to do. Oh, yeah, it's yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate because it is like really strong allergies are really fun. Like I just don't like something that I will fully admit that I didn't appreciate how bad like a gluten allergy is until like you know. Because you're like, haha, why gluten free? More like flavor free. But then you're like, oh, this is the person who I knew was like, oh yeah, no, if I have like one of these things with gluten in it, I'll die. And well, I don't know if it was like instant death, but it was like, you know, increased chance of, I believe, like anaphylactic shock, which generally not a jazzed up thing to be getting. You typically don't want your friends going to anaphylactic shock, and if you do, we have to have a discussion. We have to have a strong talk. How you doing, Sola? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just figured I'm gonna get metals. This is a synthetic brush. I don't remember what I was exactly doing here. But yeah, you gotta paint now. Today's a painting day. I'm also realizing I think after Illbleed, I'm going to go back to, at least for a little while, back to 3 mini painting streams a week because I have projects piling up. So strap the fuck in for like the little bit of video game, and I might finish Illbleed next week. I doubt it. Yeah, it's just like a weird, very weird shaped rat. The funny thing is he's actually like, I have a very subtle Alpha Legion like belt buckle on this guy because for some reason I had the idea of like, what if these got what if Trench Crusade, but they were like infiltrating Alpha Legion people, which is a weird idea that I don't remember exactly how I got there. Like I know I've been reading Alpha Legion books, but it was a backwards thing where I was like, this seems like a fun idea. I should look up some Alpha Legion's books for like extra info. But I haven't done any other since the Shrouded Hand, the Sons of the Hydra, which was fine. I think Shrouded Hand's the next one going on. Alpha Legion. Oh, that's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Or is it Uno Reverso? That is really funny though, because on that one, like they did a couple bits of like big, crazy, over the top stealth bullshit. And how you doing, Nintendo? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, all the Vallejo metal colors are basically perfect. This is just the gunmetal. I use it straight out of the pot. I put it on, and I don't thin it. I actually don't even put it on my wet palette. If I put these on my wet palette, they actually get so diluted that they just instantly fall apart. But yeah, I'm trying to hit up these like little edges, and then I want to do a dry brush on this because I want to do that thing where I want to do that thing where you like dry brush the like a silver to add like some highlights and stuff to all these, like a funky little wedges and whatnot. Let me scoot up a little bit too. Yeah, it's really good. I will say though, I also will say that the Army Painter speed metals are also really good. I've mostly just used Glittering Loot. Glittering Loot is kind of my shit. But it is also a very, very, very good color. It's a very, very, very good color. To the point where, like, if I use, yeah, I like it more than, like, the Pro Acro Gold. I like the Pro Acro colors. But their rich gold just never felt right to me. But that one did. Sorry, I got, like, crazy hiccups. I believe we got all the metal. I'm going to let that dry a wee bit. Got a couple of other miscellaneous projects on my table. Oh, yeah, here we go. As a backup, check this out. I've been working on my Stigmatic Nun a little bit. He's doing pretty good. Do like a light leather thing. I'm gonna do just tan earth on like the little like what's it called, the leather in the back. There we go. Or more like cloth, I guess. Yeah, let's see. I still need to read Gaunt's Ghost. I know, like, before I got into reading the 40k books, it was always like, all right, you want to do Caiaphas Cain, you want to do Gaunt's Ghost, you want to do Night Lord's Trilogy, you want to do Infant the Divine. The First Heretic, I saw also repeated a lot, but it was mostly like, read the First Heretic if you give a shit about Word Bearers. And at the time I didn't, but it was enough that made me give a shit about Word Bearers, and now they're my favorite legion. I love them, even though if they are, I would almost argue more than the Black Legion. They are the most punching bag of the main Chaos Legions. Every time they show up in the book, I love them, but they act like morons. Their aesthetics are good, and like their themes and everything is really, really, really neat. But once you like remove them out of the heresy, they just instantly become incredibly stupid. The Shrouded Knight or Shrouded Hand or whatever. I know. I was told that, like, Sons of the Hydra was fine, and then Shrouded Hand is good, and then there's also Harrow Master, which is apparently not only pretty solid, but references both of them. There's also Legion, which I will fully admit. How you doing, Kuroji? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, I've not done the Last Chancers either. I'm kind of whatever on Imperial Guard. I don't hate them, but they don't really super, like, I'm not, like, super big on the, like, haha, we're fighting with flashlights. But I did enjoy Firecast, which is a primarily Guard book. It was like a Guard book where everyone was getting a shit deal from, like, every aspect of the military. And I did like them a lot. That was a very fun book. How you doing, Koji? Ooh, yo, let's go, let's go. Congrats on the move. Man, everybody's moving. I guess summer is probably the best. Like summer, early fall. I don't know. You just don't want to move when it's snowing. So I guess this is the time for people to be moving for reasons. But those seem to be pretty common recently. But yeah, congrats on the house, yo. Congrats on the internet. I can deal with a whatever house, but like no internet is like now backbreaking to my brain. The damage, the rot has settled in. Off and then. So paint like the little funky skull with that? Yeah, dude. CDO from Lone. True. Just light up the night, but with little las sticks or what? Not las sticks. Fucking las guns. There we go. I do say this is a guy who is going to be slowly putting together a weird trader guard thing because 3rd edition 40k lets you do that. And I like the idea of having a Lehman Russ, a unit of Chaos Spawn, and like 3 Space Marines, and those Space Marines are leading a bunch of disposable chaff to their death. That is peak fun for me, and I'm very glad that 3rd edition has let me live that dream. I know you can kind of do that in modern 40k, but it's also like not the same. Ooh, oh, you get that 1 kick. Fuck yeah, let's go, let's go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Glad, and now the plan is to dry brush this guy with some silver. Wait, Alpha Legion speak. Yes, there we go. Raging Sea is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting. I do in chest round. Oh yeah, I think now especially. The problem is like, I still want to stand a chance, and from what I understand, like doing that kind of like Army of Dark compliance was a thing for a while. Then you could kind of do it in 2nd edition Horus Heresy. I'm not saying I'm not going to give it a try though. I painted an Overseer console. I have an Overseer console. It's only a matter of time. I want to use him at some point. Right. My palette fell over when I was grabbing the silver for dry brushing. There we go. All right, got the little dry brush for this. And the plan now is just to kind of go. I don't think this is gonna be like a big super like, yeah, I can tell it's getting brighter, but it's not gonna be like stupid crazy or anything. Like to the point where it's like this might even just straight up be psychosomatic to a little bit, just like not psychosomatic. What's it called? Placebo. There we go. Psychosomatic. Yes, psychosomatic painting. Yes, let's do that. Little dry brush stuff, but yeah, I do like that. I think I've always really liked the idea of like, because I find that like the 40k you get in the books is very different. Like yeah, obviously like it's different from the one on the tabletop. But I've always liked this. It's like a couple Marines. It's a bunch of just like randos, and like especially for Chaos when you get like the mutants and stuff. There's a really cool siege. Oh fuck, we gotta add a break. Okay, I'll explain the really cool siege after the ad break. I'll continue to brighten some bullshit. And let me see. There we go. All right, there we go. So basically what I was saying before I realized I was on ad break is that like I really like there was a siege that was in the near the end of Lords of Silence. And this isn't like a huge spoiler. Spoilers, Death Guard decided to siege your planet. Wow, I'm sure you're shocked. But like, you know. But they did like really, really cool stuff. How you doing, Orloving? Nice. There we go. It was, but yeah, they were like using like big hordes of like mutant beastmen, and you got the demons popping out, and you got these like sorcerers that are just like churning over a vat of just like mysterious Death Guard goo and flooding the base, and all the Nova Marines were screaming. It's great, pretty great. Tech Marines can also hear. Ooh, okay. Well, I might consider doing that. I think maybe the idea would be to get an army that would work for both Lost in the Damned and Horus Heresy to some degree. So I'll try to shoot for like some weird hybrid approach, because I think I'm always obsessed with making my minis work in multiple war games. So we'll see if that will pan out or not. I think my plan right now is though I just need to get my Saturnine box in, and then figure out what the fuck I'm doing from there. A little like movement trip. Oh god, I'm really tall today. Good drugs and mean art. But yeah, Jay, have yourself a good night, yo. Have a good night. I needed like I got like a little keyboard trait. It's fine, but like every time I pull it in and out, it'll loosen the screws. So it's like it now is beginning to like super droop. The drooping motherfucker. A little bit of gooch as one does. Looks like this is getting like a pretty good silvering. Like I can tell it's a little shinier, and we still got like the deeper recesses for some stuff. Lead. Do I gotta do? Well, I could maybe do this for like the tip of this X. I don't think it's gonna be super relevant right now because she needs an enamel at some point. But got the silver. I might as well use it. There we go. We do be Trenches Crusades. I haven't played in a bit though. Today was 3 games of Turnip, which was fun. One of them was just like, I'm very happy that I have not run a proper demo game before, so it turned out pretty well. There's so many people that were just like, we've been wanting to play Turnip, we've been sitting and waiting, and it's happened. And it's just because that's the same thing that happened to me. I had Turnip balls ready to go until like there was a Turnip group near me. So I totally get where they were coming from. It's just funny just seeing other people in a very similar position. But there was like one guy who was just like totally brand new and just had fun. Then I got to play some other games. I did the what's it called? I can never remember the one with the cult names. I just remember their unit of choice. I was using the one with the rocket battery because I love me a big stupid artillery piece. But you would think that would mean I would play more guard. So because I guess like if I did guard, I could just do a big stupid artillery piece. But this is a funky little hand with little rockets on it. Yeah, there we go. This is what I'm talking about. This is Raging Sea. And it's going to be... I tested this a little bit out. I have a 3D printed Predator tank. And this turned out, like, pretty legit. Going to hit up, like, scales and some other decorations with this to kind of make it, like, sort of silvery. I'm sure the consistency of this, I'm going to go back and forth on what I want, but this will be fine. This is what I was, because like there's sort of like I've not really done a whole lot of like those like candy paint jobs. Yeah, I mean I actually did use like a model base that was meant for the Empire, which it was like a normal rocket battery that I just stuck to the back of the hand, and it totally worked that way. It's just kind of funny. There's actually like you could if you went like real crazy and made a gigantic huge turnip army, you could probably run it in Warhammer Fantasy as Empire. It would be weird as shit. And your opponent would be like, what the fuck are you doing? But I think it could be feasible. It's something I've thought about doing. That like I don't really have a huge desire to play Warhammer Fantasy, at least at the moment. I'm at that point in my life that like more and more war games I've been curious about over the years are becoming like real viable options. So who knows? Maybe that'll be a thing. Maybe it will be real. I'm currently using a Elegoo Mars M4 Pro. Which has been very, very good to me. And I'm using the Sunlu ABS type resin because it's cheap and it's durable and its details are pretty solid. But yeah, this is like overall like a pretty solid printer. There's newer stuff now. I'm sure it'd be fine. We've kind of hit that point too that like, unless you're doing the things where it's like pre-coloring. I'm torn on the Centauri Carbon. The printer was great when it worked. I had no issues. However, I have a very specific issue with mine right now where like it got clogged. And unfortunately, because everything is made to be sort of like a piece, like you don't really get as many like free flowing pieces on there. You get like a big assembly, and that assembly is your extruder. And so it's like, okay. So what happened was that clogged, and in trying to remove it, this is either user error or it was like the screw was like tied in too tight and I got fucked. But one of my screws got stripped. And the problem is, until I can remove that screw, I physically cannot print anything. And it's been like that for a while, but I've also like not... I've tried to do... Some people are like, oh yeah, you could just put like a little bit of super glue and turn that, and that'll come out, and it hasn't. And I don't think I know how to... I don't think I can remove the assembly without screwing it, or else I would just maybe at this point almost consider just getting an entire new assembly, which would suck. But if it would let me print again, I'd consider it. But when it printed, it was a dream. Like zero... Yeah, a screw is just lodged in there. Like it's... And it's stripped. And it's the last screw I need to remove the assembly where I could like try to remove like a clog. Because like clogs do happen a lot. That's not that weird. So like I'm trying to unclog it, but because I can't unscrew this thing to unclog it, I'm kind of fucked. But like when it worked, it was great. It just basically like knocked out prints pretty quickly with like 0 user error. And like if a print had to stop, I could just like pause it or whatever. If you could link me that, I seen that there's like a couple of like weird drills for that. Hey, American Cowboy. Oh shit, removing my apron. Wow, what if I? Oh, hold on. Oh, that auto does it. Never mind. You're good. I'm afraid because I know there's like a drill that does that, but I also don't want to drill into the assembly and fuck it up. Ideally, if I have to, I will. But like, I would ideally like that not to happen. But I'm willing to take the loss on that if need be. Yeah, the drill that I'm thinking of, Ivan, it's like specifically you like drill into the screw when it's stuck, and it will just kind of let you like pry it out. I think I briefly, because I was looking at solutions and there was like put a rubber band in it and use that for like leverage or whatever, and that just never worked. That just never worked for me whatsoever. And then there was the glue option, and that didn't work either. There's like you put like a little bit of super glue in there to kind of like effectively you want to like glue your like your hex bar, Allen wrench, your Allen wrench. You want to glue your Allen wrench into there and then turn it so you can unscrew it. But that just never really worked either. Annoying. Yeah, see, okay, so like, and besides just doing this like Alpha Legion thing, I did think that this like the runes on the armor would look really good with this color. Wait, third paint you could just paint on. Technically, I do know that there are people that paint directly on bare plastic, and like some of those people are really good. I would not recommend it. I would not recommend it. I would totally suggest getting like a you can get like pretty like army painter primer is pretty good. If you're willing to shop around, you can get like primer at the hardware store. A lot of people swear by that. I've not really fucked around myself because like the primers available to me have always been like fine enough. But I think if you're like, and I don't mean this with like to be mean, but I think if you are asking that question, I don't think you're ready to go without primer. I do think pros who know what they're doing can, but I think especially because it sounds like you're like pretty new to be asking that, I would bite the bullet and get some primer. It'll be worth it. It will save you a lot of headaches, and you will thank yourself you'll thank your past self for putting primer on the mini. Like this mini before I was working out was primed. I basically prime all my minis now. I said no. I mean, I could. I always have that option too if I want to, but like I see a reason to do so. Yeah, it's really good. It's good for letting the paint stick. It stops from paint from being rubbed off too. It's like sometimes like you might accidentally like rub off some paint, and that's always a terrible feeling. But primer kind of helps. Like it's not 100% perfect, but it does help quite a bit for that. How you doing, JJ? How you doing? Yeah, you could. Yeah, either one of those options work. There are like plenty of good like hardware store primers for things because you know I like mini painting stuff. A lot of supplies in our hobby are just things that exist outside the hobby with like a markup. It's like, you know how there'll be like a razor for men, and then there's like the same razor for women, and it's like $3 more, but it's just pink. A lot of mini painting supplies are basically like craft supplies for mini painters, and there's like a bit of a markup on that. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes they do like formulate things to be better, but that is true in like a decent amount of instances. But yeah, you do have to be careful and do your research for like the quality on that. But if you do find the right quality stuff, it's pretty legit. How you doing, Fred? I'm doing good. I'll be doing good. Third miniature painter. Yeah, you just get well, the funny thing is, I was like in a similar vein. There is a Tamiya drill you can get. There is a Tamiya drill you can get that's straight up like this. Yeah, there we go. There's a Tamiya drill you can get that you have to assemble the drill, and I love it. I love that. I love that bit so much. It's really fun. Like it's like I kind of want to get, because like I've been enjoying doing like novelty mini painting, like mini assembly streams, and the idea of building a drill on stream and then using it for something would be really fun. I just need it. I need to like re-look up those drills. So yeah, this guy's still got more to do, like the legs. But yeah, see, like this is looking pretty good. I might do like a second coat just to kind of darken it a wee bit. But the idea of using the speed paint for the runic script was definitely a good idea. Oh yeah, or yeah, you get the Citadel markup, which is like the equivalent even more. How this is not a drill. This is exactly a drill. But I just I do that like this is not a pipe thing. Yeah. Unless you're trying to do like an Evangelion reference as well. Both of them work. They just work in different ways. Exactly. All the fluff and whatnot. I was afraid that I'd have more like leakage between layers, but as far as I can tell, I think I've been cautious enough that that's not really been an issue. I'm sure eventually I will get to that point. I'll find out that I just goofed on one area or whatever, but for right now, no problem. But, oh, I didn't get his other shoulder pad too. But yeah, I've been lucky that I've not had to buy any Citadel stuff in a while. Legitimately the last Citadel thing I got. I mean, Games Workshop isn't Citadel. It's only just for like their like mini buys things. I think I've got a can of Chaos Black at one point because like it's fine. Like Chaos Black is a good primer. It's just that like you know price point wise you don't need to spend that much on Chaos Black. But I think I was like at my local shop and I was like, well, I need some black primer and they're out of the like the Army Painter Vallejo stuff. So it's like, I needed it for a project real quick and it was either that or like do like some hunting and shipping, or I could just like spend a little bit more and just walk home with some black primer, which is what I ended up doing. That turned out pretty fun. I got like a little bit of bleed over on the foot. Otherwise it's not too bad. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I did the same thing too. I still have that mold line removing tool from G-Dubs. It works, but it's weird. It's a weird chunky. I know why they did that. Apparently the idea was like, you know, don't want to sell knives, so a British company Loyson, so they sell like a mold line remover that is just straight up like a blunt object, so they can get. That's at least the info I've heard. I don't know how true it is, but that sounds right. Oh yeah. I mean, scale tanks are good practice. I will say Gunpla is not as expensive as you might think it is. Gundam stuff as like practice for like Warhammer stuff is not a bad choice. There are some high grade kits that are straight up like $20 and they're like pretty solid. Like you can have a nice looking Gundam for $20, or like if you do those like 30-minute missions, you can also get some like pretty solid value out of that. Yeah, that's true. Like black primer is actually like pretty standardized. Like it's hard to fuck up black primer. It's actually pretty easy to fuck up white primer, if I'm gonna be honest. Where you get like really chalky. Like, have you ever seen people that are like, why are my like minis so like dusty looking? It's probably because there's a primer issue at one point or another. That's usually pretty consistent. Straight up not worked on plastic. Oh god. Okay, well I'm glad I will fully admit that I'm like a Home Depot shopper, so I've not looked at Lowe's stuff in a while, but I would not be surprised if they're like pretty solid. That probably was. Like dusty minis are usually kind of like white. We'll usually do that. How you doing, Rookie? How you doing? Welcome. $100 mystery starter boxes. So you're saying that like if I wanted to like, I don't know, pick up Italians. I don't know why I went for Italians, but sure. I could just get the mystery Italian box and just have like €100. I don't know how much is in American bucks. Like what, like 130, 150, something like that. I don't remember the exact exchange rate. I don't know if I'm ready to go like deep into the shit for bold action, but that sounds like a good deal, assuming they're not giving you just like hot garbage. I can't confirm or deny they'd give you hot garbage, but actually that sounds nice. That'd be a fun. There's probably something close to that. Like they're like relatively identical shops. Oh yeah, the Gundam Assemble stuff. I think it's neat though. I don't see myself getting on that bandwagon anytime super soon, unless they like show up. I know they're getting scalped right now, and I think the rest of the line will show up next year. And maybe I'll wait for that. Unless I could get that box that's like Whoops All Zaku's. I might do that because I am the most surface level like calling myself a Gundam fan's a stretch because like I've not watched enough to get like a real good feel of the series, and I know it's a lot of different series. Some I do. I've just not watched enough Gundam to have strong Gundam opinions, but I do love Miyazaku. Yeah, they do seem. I do see every now and then I'll like look at the bold action stuff. I'm like, oh yeah. Historicals are neat where it's like I mentioned before that I read a lot of Goonhammer, and like they actually do like really cool historical like war game stuff. But a lot of times I'll look at the historical minis, I'm like, oh, these are, and like it's not even that like the idea of like a historical mini is less appealing. There's some people who do like really good like 3D printed sculpts of like historical accurate minis. But then you just kind of look at the stuff that comes in like the big boxes for things, and you're like, oh no, these are lumpy chocolate fucks. These are the lumpiest of chocolate fucks. What's happening here? I got a little bit on there, but look at this motherfucker. How you doing, Toast? Welcome. How you doing? I'm working on my totally cool Alpha Legion. Like it's supposed to. What I'm going for with this is I want to make them Alpha Legion-y, but like I'm never probably going to be like advertise it. I'm just going to run it, and people will be like, "Is that a fucking Alpha Legion belt buckle?" I'll be like, "The ruse." How you doing, K-Mappy? How you doing? Welcome. How you doing? It's painting a Terminator. Yeah, hell yeah, let's go. Terminators are cool. Yeah, or I could also run this guy's a Terminator, which is also a thought I've had. It is a little bit, and then I can start working on some of the. Oh, thank you. Yeah, honestly, the nice thing if you want like an alternative to like a quick thing, like doing these like candy paint jobs, which you do like a metallic, and then you do a speed paint over it, is like pretty quick way to get shit done. Like, not every army looks great like that, but there are definitely some that do. Oh, it's just coming. Exit. Yeah, boy, let's go. Back. There's like a bunch of little bits I need to go back for. Yeah, for over 30K Thousand Suns, Alpha Legion. What's another good like candy paint job thing? How you doing, Elf Gal? Welcome everybody. Welcome. Oh shit, how's Bloodlines treating you? Let's go. For people who do not know me, I'm Halbernot the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nerdlandscape variety. Though today I'm doing some Trench Crusade. This is specifically some heavy the mechanized armor lads. Say hello to everyone real quick. And how are you doing? Also, Carrie of the Threshold, thank you for the follow and welcome for the workshop. Or Carrie Soft the no, that's not right. I was joking for that. How you doing, Scarth? How you doing, Topper Tech? We'll give that a go. How you doing, Cyrus VTuber? How you doing, Jorm? How you doing, Shindan Kuroto? Welcome. Wait, is that? No, I know Dan Kuroto's, I think, the bad guy from X8, I believe. It's been a while since I watched it. How you doing, Otto? How you doing, Elfgal? How you doing, The Single Way Out? And how's it going, everybody? Welcome. How you doing? Yeah, oh, the Malk run is so fun. Hey, there we go. I'm either good at reading names or terrible. I'm fucking awful most of the time. But yeah, I'm currently working on this is a heavy machine armor guy for Trench Crusade. I gotta get the gauntlets as well. And I'm kind of doing them very Alpha Legion-y colored because I thought that would be fun. It's also got like a really subtle Alpha Legion belt buckle back there, which I'm keeping semi hidden. It's a fun little bit. But yeah, I'm glad you're having fun. I've played Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines a couple times, so the only run I've ever completed has been Malk. Oh, God, I love the Malks. The final outfit for the male Malkavian is stupid in a way that is like glorious. The thing is I don't know if I want to spoil it because I know what happened. Like one time I was like, oh yeah, check out this outfit, and people were like, oh, how that's a spoiler. I was like, oh fuck, okay. But if you're ever curious, look at the male Malk outfit, the final armor you can get, and it is insane in the best fucking way. This means to be a loyalist. I mean, the last book I did read was about a loyalist Alpha Legion guy. He was definitely deluded as shit, but he definitely was. Also, how you doing, Joker? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, that's a cheerleader one, right? If I'm thinking right, I think so. Also, thank you for happy birthday. Yeah, for people who do not know, I had my birthday yesterday, and it was pretty good. It was pretty legit. I did a little bit go into like the not ritzy, not like I guess it's more like almost borderline like the college. I don't live in a college town, but there's definitely an area frequented by a lot of college people. But it's also got like a bunch of good like kind of like restaurants and like there's like a game store there and stuff. So I did a little treat myself out there, and it was pretty good. Yeah, thank you. I am 35, so in VTuber years I am ancient. Yeah, let's go. I'm not that old in V2. I don't know. I'm definitely of the older tier, but like, there's definitely older out there for sure. I know several older. This guy, this last little bits, and then I think the plan will be just to get just the last little bits of the speed paint are starting to get a little watery, which is fine. Did I go up there? No, that's just fur. Yeah, but there we go. Lad. Oh, leather. Oh, got you. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever seen that one. You know what? Fuck it. All right, hold on. I'm going to do. Oh shit, Mimic Moto. Let me. Sorry, I totally missed that. Let me get the appropriate size. How's it going? There we go. Just gotta show that I have pants. Yippee. Hold on. Let me see. Male Malkavian. This will be potentially a endorsement for playing Vampire the Mat. I will say you can play Malkavian on your first playthrough. It won't be the worst, but like Malkavians are kind of that thing where they're a little crazy, but in like a prophetic kind of way. So you might get spoilers for later in the game. How you doing, Steelwolf? Welcome. How you doing? Probably because I'm doing either VTuber reasons or mini reasons. Either one of those. I'm also showing everyone the best armor set in any video game of all time. Hey, and Steelwolf, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. Like, look at this. Like, look at this fucking... This is the maximum tier armor for a Malkavian in this game. A pimp named Dr. Seuss is real. I guess a pimp named Cat in a Hat would be better, but like, it's so good. It's so good. I'm going to be real. I'm not a big alcoholsman. I like my Jaeger, and that's about it. Yeah, the hat is the best part. Without the hat, it's, you know, it's fun, but it's not like particularly crazy. But the hat sells it. The hat absolutely sells that shit. It's all good, Nintendo. Have yourself a good night. Take it easy, yo. But yeah, no, it's Vampire the Masquerades of Bloodlights is a very good game. It's a good enough, let's see, what color do I want his, like, he's got like a fur cloak, and I need to figure out what color I want the fur to be. I could try to go for like a blonde sort of thing. I could do like a tan with like a bit of a yellow, actually, that might be the way. Try that. Wait, I bought a new bottle of tan recently. Oh, it's slightly different. Okay, wait, let me use a new bottle of this. Oh, I've been painting about 6 months. Hey, let's go. What do you like to paint? I do basically everything that's horrible and gribbly. So I do Chaos is sort of my main forte, but I also do Turn Up 28 and Trench Crusade. Usually the more hideous mutated fucks out of those armies, because you know it's fun. Chartreuse, hell yeah, let's go. I'm one of those people that I don't drink a huge amount. Not for like moral reasons or anything. It's just not something I think to do very often. Well, I paint rats usually. Oh, yo, let's go. That's always really, really fun. I used to do that back in college, where I distinctly remember I was the only guy in the group who really knew how to paint at the time. And we would get like those like cheap, shitty minis you would get from like Reaper at the time. And there would be like, "How? If you paint my mini for me, I will buy your pizza for like the next couple of days." And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Let's go. And it was totally worth it. Also, Top Protect, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. Or is it Top Heretic? Maybe Top Heretic would work. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck I say your name. I can just call you Top. That'll be fine, I guess. But yeah, no, yeah, that was a fun way to get money back when I had get money. I mean, like functionally get money. You know, when you don't have any money in college, I could just paint someone's monkey. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad you had fun. And yeah, I paint a lot. This is not like a unique stream. This is my regular content. As far as I'm aware, I'm the most consistent mini painting VTuber at the very, very least. Like if you put my minis compared to I'm sure other VTubers that do mini painting probably do paint a lot of minis, but they might just not do it on stream. I don't know. The fur color on the back of this. Chunky a little bit. There we go. Glad. Oh, Topher Tecker. Okay, Topher Tecker. Gotcha. Okay. There we go. Look at me remembering stuff. Hell yeah. Good to know. Little crevices and not go too deep. And after this, yeah. Oh god. I hope not. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at FPS games. I know I vaguely am aware that there's a controversy that like somebody may or may not have been aimbotting. I don't fucking know. But, like, don't worry. You'll never accuse me of aimbotting if you ever see me play any RPG with an FPS component. You'll be like, how? What the fuck? How are you doing this? But, like, in like, a negative way, not a positive way. I just never grew up with FPS games. They've never really excited me. The idea that now that there's, like, a solid library of FPS, like, first-person, like, CRPGs, those I'm into. I like those. Go through my tails. I could be cheating. I don't know. I don't know enough about World of like War Thunder to know if people like cheat on that. I assume they do. Maybe I assume they do to some degree. Oh, I mean it does sound like that game is nothing but sorrow. So I don't know if that would be like if it would be wise to switch. I know they kind of like the both like that and like World of Warships and what I know there's that whole genre of like really rage-inducing like military sim game, but it's hard to quit because there's not really much quite like them. Aimbot by Angered Machine Spirit? No? Like I said, I feel like if I aimbotted, you would see better results. If I'm aimbotting, I need to like, you know, clearly light some more oils and recite the holy scripture of the Omnissiah, because I'm fucking up somewhere along the way. That or just go full demon, dark mechanicum and just shove some demons into it. It'll be fine. Look, just with enough demons, anything's possible and feasible and good. Sides of this. I need to give that a little bit of dry time before I go super deep. Yeah, let's give this a little bit of dry time for some stuff. You need 2 random colors. Black and orange. Black primary, orange secondary. Yeah, Tarkov is another. There's like a whole genre of game that like the best I could describe is like this game does nothing but bring me sorrow, but I must continue to play. It's like Tarkov, it's League of Legends, it's Dota also in that same bucket of League. Like, League, I think, is the worst game for you overall, but Dota's the one that seems to have, like, an insidious creep on someone. Like, I see casual League players that are not having fun, but they are still casual. Dota changes something. It's like the fucking, I don't know what's the best way to say it. It's like a, it's definitely insidious in its own way. Dry brush on this. And yeah, I think a lot of like I mind you, mahjong. Oh yeah, like what's that thing is like mahjong's not good for like anything, or like mahjong is not good for the spirit, something like that. Yeah, I do know how to play mahjong though. I'm not great at it. Mahjong's a game that I only play with other people. Halloween colors. To be fair, at the turnip event, there was definitely like a big kind of like spooky fall. I think turnip just kind of trends towards like fall Halloween. Like I use Over the Garden Wall music whenever I'm showing off my Trench Crusade Turn 28 minis online because it fits super well, like super duper fucking well. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying though. Like if everyone's just cheating, I would say get out of there. Find a game that respects your time. Like it, or even like just do some like map painters or something like that, where you get that history stuff. But I guess, but then again, I don't know. There's gotta be a tank game that's not World of Tanks, or War Thunder or whatever. Sorry, they're kind of similar. There's got to be a similar military plane and tank game where you could play it and have fun and not have to play it online in like a competitive sense where it's just big sads. How you doing, Lizard Bear? How you doing? I try to avoid the ones with the lyrics, but I do need to find a good excuse for potatoes and molasses. I might also show that in the Discord this fall, because that's another one of those, like, I like that it's become a seasonal thing for a lot of people. It's like, oh god, my screws are really loose. I hope these hold together till the stream is done. I'm just super thirsty. There we go. There we go. I think before I go too deep on this bad boy, I want to do the dry brush test I'm doing. I'm going to do Vallejo just buff. I love buff. Like, buff is such a good dry brush color. It's, like, consistently great on pretty much everything I do. Yeah, I've never hosted one myself, but every now and then I'll, like, find someone doing, like, an Over the Garden Wall out of, like, my extended VTuber friend group, and I watch it. I'm like, oh, this still fucks. This show continues to fuck. It has never stopped fucking. This would be a good use for the boar brush. There we go. I got me a boar brush that's just used for dry brushing, and it's really, really solid. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, they all do sound like they have cheaters. Okay. That's what I'm saying, though. If all those games have cheaters in them, and you know there's cheaters, and they're bad enough to ruin the experience, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, what is keeping you still playing? What's I mean, it's got to be giving you like some experience that makes you keep coming back. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Okay. This is a little hard to see, but because of just like the general lighting, but it is making this look like nice, kind of like, I don't know, blonde fur is maybe the wrong move, but just kind of like very nice. Oh yeah, maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll watch in the Discord. I'll show in the Discord maybe come like November, maybe? I don't know, October or November. It is actually like a good Halloween movie because it is about like people at a Halloween party on its like on like a surface level. There we go. To do professional gaming. I have no idea. He's one of those names that I am aware of conceptually, but I don't really know exactly what he does. I know he's like one of those like infinitely big super streamers, but I have no real connection to XQCD. There we go. There we go. Okay, so next step will be to make sure to get every single bit of that fur on him. And I'm gonna get the little leather like belts and stuff like that. He's turning out pretty good though. I'm liking him. I also do think that maybe once I get like enough, I can start gluing them. I gotta make sure I get probably like the back of the cape and maybe some other like leg related things. Not the worst. No. So the way I feel about Mahjong, so yes and no. So this is a third-party thing from Westfalia, but they're doing sort of the same thing that although Westfalia, I believe, were also the ones who did the Red Brigade, where they are going to have their own unique rules for like a pagan faction. But the idea seems to be that like, hey, a lot of people like aren't going to be down for like a whole new faction, especially one that's kind of like a third party. So you could run these guys as New Antioch. Where you just kind of, where you just got machine armor and just dudes with guns and like some shock troopers and like, you know, pretty standard. But eventually, I believe next month, they're sort of releasing like the big dock with all this stuff in it. And like, so let me get this like little bit, and I'll show you sort of a unique unit that's going to be in there as well. It's a little bit on there. There we go. They got a big fuck. The head is, oh, there we go. Check this motherfucker out. This is a big ass Jotun. This is the bigger, like one of the bigger models that I've seen for Trench Crusade. I don't know what base size it's going to be on yet. Yeah, we got some rebar stuff. There's like there's more like overtly giant masks, but I really sorry, Jotun. I keep calling it Jotun because I was raised. There we go. But yeah, I really like it. The only thing that I don't like, I'm assuming it's 60 millimeter. It looks like it could fit. Oh, hold on. I have a magnetized 60 millimeter base on my desk. It does fit pretty snug, so that would make sense. Well, we're for the gatekeeper from Uncle Show. I'm missing the reference. I'm sorry. I have seen the Garfield one though. I don't recognize the gatekeeper name, but I have seen the Garfield Sin Eater, and that one's pretty great. I'm gonna put him on here. Just for now. This is why I like having like a bunch of blue tack around, so I could do that. So yeah, for me, Mahjong, I can only really play Mahjong if A, it's through Mahjong Soul, or B, I'm playing with people I know who can like correct me on like rules mistakes and stuff. It's a fun enough game, but it's for me, it's that same thing of, it's like a poker night game, where it's like, do I have directly fun with Mahjong? Oh, Shilgorath. Okay, I don't remember what his gatekeeper looks like off the top of my head. I don't remember what the gatekeeper looks like off the top of my head. You would need to give me a reference shot. It's been a hot fucking minute since I played Oblivion in any way, shape, or form. I did know that the remaster came out, and I just did not play that at all. I've heard it's like a reasonably solid one though. But yeah, it's like Mahjong is a fun poker night game, which you know it is for a lot of people. I could never play it seriously, and those people who are like, I'm gonna play it like without people I know and try to like grind my way up the ranked ladder for Mahjong. I don't understand that. I mean, like I conceptually understand it's like a thing people would want to do. It's, you know, it's a game with skills and whatnot for any, like, you know, as any other game is. But like I would rather do that compared to like, I don't know, like I said, just going back to like a league thing, or like a Dota like ranked grind. It still sounds like hell though. That still sounds like hell, especially because you can fall super heavy in that game. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh god. So wait, you were playing levels of Mahjong where you were like actively had like fluctuating money. That is buck wild to me. That is absolutely mad. I would not. I do bad enough when like fun is on the line. I cannot imagine playing Mahjong for stakes. No, knowing that like I could get that, like a very unlikely possibility, but the idea that like someone could 13 orphans away your grocery money for the week is a unique spicy type of hell I've never really seen. I've never really that sounds awful. I mean, I'm glad you're able to do it. I would not be able to. That's not a lifestyle I could do. So that's the funny thing. Does that mean, are you good at Mahjong then? That's the question. Because I feel like it's one of those things where you could be like, yes, I'm good at Mahjong, or like, oh, fuck no, I'm not good at Mahjong. What are you talking about? And either would be equally valid. Either would be an acceptable answer. But yeah, no, I think the last time I actively played Mahjong was at MagFest, and it's very likely looking to be the next time I play Mahjong again is next MagFest. Even then, it was a bit less the second time. First MagFest, Jesus Christ, I kept getting dragged into Mahjong tables. Not that it was bad. It was fun, especially because a lot of these people I just didn't get it. I just never knew in person until that event. But it's like, oh god, no, the infinite Mahjong works. I can never escape it. That's, you know what, that sounds like the Mahjong experience. I played pretty decently. I have no idea what the fuck I was doing. I know it's one of those games where it's like, there is, like, theory and like certain like if your opponent draws X tiles, they're likely going for like Y configuration. Like, I understand conceptually that exists, and that's a thing that someone could in theory prepare for. However, that level of foresight is just beyond anything I could ever do. All right, I'm gonna let this guy dry a little bit. How's his base looking? Base still moist. Base still moist, my guy. Could be quiet. No, never. Never. How are these guys looking? I got these guys who are just like in the corner, big chillin', and I don't know if they just need me to like be like get some like close-up details off stream or something. Maybe I could grab this guy. I just slowly am putting together this just like Horus Heresy Wordbearers console. He's made after the stumpy old chaplain that I've desecrated because, you know, Wordbearers Lamau. Is it? Wait, what are you... Catboy, we literally told you that this is like the devil's game. I listen, I will not take responsibility for any like mental anguish you're going to be receiving for playing Mahjong. Drafting in Magic's fun. I like because drafting in Magic is fun because you also get an experience that like you don't get by playing a constructed format. There are so many cards that exist because in draft, like a 2/2 flyer for 3 with like maybe some like rider effects might legitimately be a fantastic card in draft, but in everything else, like there is a reason the phrase draft chaff exists, because a card will just exist for draft, and it might be like amazing in draft, but if you're not playing draft, that card is just going to suck shit for the rest of the time. Bit more on cloak. I don't know what happened. I feel like I keep coming back to this guy, and the cloak is like less painted each time somehow. Yeah. Poor Catboy going full Icarus into Mahjong Soul. Don't worry, that's another one of those things too that like I will very likely never do a Mahjong stream directly. Have I been on other people's streams and played Mahjong? Yes, absolutely, 100%. All of them were based. I think every single time was on Hina Bobina's stream. I think that's primarily the only times I've ever played Mahjong Soul on stream was on her channel. I think she's gone like slightly cold turkey on Mahjong, which is why I have not been dragged back into it. Oh, let's go. Apparently though, a lot of draft people have just straight up moved to Arena. Because Arena's got that thing of like that Moto was starting to like Moto would have had if Moto was made for humans and not just like crazy people. That like drafting at home, doing infinite drafts is a lot of fun as opposed just to like, you know, drafting on specific draft days at your LGS. Yeah. So like I still see like, you know, like if there's like my shops have always even been before the pandemic been like, oh, drafting, that's a thing you do for like pre-releases, and then maybe somebody will put together one or like some friends will do it. I would like to do a cube. I think making a cube would be fun. But yeah, no, like I do think if you're like, I would love to draft. I hate to say this, but I do think Arena might be the way to look into it. Unless you just want to draft occasionally and keep the cards. In that case, Magic Online, what's it called? Then in physical person would still be a good choice. But like, you know, if you're like, God, I really miss drafting a bunch, that's probably gonna be the best. Also, that's all good, Kurochi. Have yourself a good night. Take it easy, yo. Insert Shen's decent. That's what I'm saying, Rookie. I'm being honest. Like, every time you talk about War Thunder, it sounds like it fucking sucks and you hate it. Why are you still playing War Thunder? And I mean that in the nicest way possible. I feel like there's other games that would reward your time and commitment much stronger than War Thunder, which sounds like every time you roll on, you gotta grind in sadness forever till you unlock a new vehicle. And then when you unlock a new vehicle, someone cheats and like stream snipes, like snipes you across the stage through like walls. Like I feel like you're like only hurting yourself by continuing to play a game that disrespects you like that. Bakelid side, huh? That's kind of okay. So you got like the real this like, yeah, let's go fucking like dirt biking, but then you're like, can we play card games? You're like, no. They shove you in the locker, but that does suck though. That kind of happens where it's like as like I like I like really weird niche TRPGs, but like my local group that's made of like my good friends, I've like people I've been to their weddings are like they're really great friends, but they're just not interested in the same kind of like deep nerd bullshit that I'm into. Which is fine, because like, you know, everyone's allowed to have like different interests and what. Oh, fuck. A little too much. But that does suck. I don't want to just glue them to it, just so I have like something to work with. But I mean, there's gotta be other multiplayer games. There's gotta be others, like any others, or even the big thing too is like we do live in an era where like it's very easy to emulate. Like we have the greatest hits from like at least like 7 or 8 different console gens available, super duper easy. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely like like I said, I've been there before for other games, so I can kind of get it. But it definitely, as like a Warframe guy, like the thing is like Warframe was fun. I think it's interesting because like people quit Warframe. It's always more like, yeah, just like stop really having anything that was entertaining, and I just ducked out. So it's never like a bad thing when people quit Warframe. It's usually just kind of like, I just kind of lost interest, and like I don't think I want to go back in because now digital. Oh god, I got way too far up. Like Digital Extremes has made this like a gigantic, like 3 million day grind to get back to whatever the current content is. But you still got that itch sometimes, though. Yeah, I think I'm just doing the paint going off the rails. The nice thing is I can always use like I'm gonna put snow on the space as well. I can always totally just use some snow just to kind of deal with that later, which will be good. Because there's like a couple little like bits I fucked up on this guy, which is not the biggest deal. There we go. All right, so then I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna use like a light blue somewhere, right? There we go. I'm curious if I dry brush the whole thing with a light blue. Add like a little bit of like, I don't know if the light blue is gonna look great on the brown, but I'm willing to give it a shot. There we go. Oh god, this paint is thick. Because it's the range 0 now. Oh, let's go. No, I've had that before. I did I took weightlifting classes for a while, and you assume as like a little Dorcas nerd that everyone's gonna be like, yeah, get fucked, idiot. And like, you know, everyone was like incredibly nice. Everyone was incredibly nice. This is like many years ago though, so it's been a bit, but like, you know, sometimes you just like the in Mob Psycho there was like the exercise club, and some people were just like, that's not like a realistic portrayal or something like that. I don't know. I've met those people before. I met those kind of people before. You're streaming because Mahjong still. Oh god, why like what? Catboy, I was like, this game is going to like harm you. Hold on. Let me. There's an image for that. Let me see if I can find that. Let me get this like last little bit of dry brushing on this. Oh. See if I can find. You have to know. You have to know about funny tile game. Mahjong. Hear it? I think it's like that. Ah, there we go. Perfect. I like how this is such a common occurrence that this I don't know what manga this is from, but I've seen it at least in so many different iterations. Every now and then you'll get like character edits and stuff like this, but like Mahjong causes great damage to the human spirit without a single benefit. It's that. There we go. This is fine. Once again, if you look at my interests, you got like a Teto song, you got Mahjong causing damage to the human spirit, and then you got like Noise Marines. I love my diverse and insane interests. They're great. I mean, I will say, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people will say yes if you ask them to spot you. The only thing that they will ask is if they need spotted themselves, or if you're just like, hey, listen, I'm trying to lift more, but I'm not particularly strong. I'll be like, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna be real. People at the gym are either like not going to give a shit or they're going to be actively friendly. I would shoot your shot and ask. How you doing, Vanguard? Yeah, fuck yeah. I got raided by Elfgal earlier, and she's playing Bloodlines as well, and I had to show them. She was doing female Malkavian. I was like, I needed to show them the male Malkavian drip. It is peak. It is great. Barber carry. Okay. Oh, so you just got that like just opening every pickle jar in like a 3-mile radius. Then you're just like, yeah, let's go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, it looks like the little bit of light blue dry brush actually worked pretty good on this lad. Here we go. Dark Vengeance. Hey, let's go. Everything in that Dark Vengeance box looks sick as shit. I found a really good auction for some like real cool vintage like 40k stuff that I'm sitting on. If I end up winning it, I'll let you guys know because that's going to be a really sick project. I'm not feeling optimistic. I'm not feeling optimistic about it, but it might happen. Oh yeah, shit. I didn't do the leather on this guy. Leather do I want? I want like a cool leather, so maybe just burnt umber then. It really is. Like every now and then G-Dubs does that where they'll release a model in a box set that's like an objectively better version, and they never bring it back. Like it's the fucking like Island of Blood ogre, like rat ogres, where that was the best iteration, and then they just kept releasing the shittier. Like listen, I understand that the sprue was integrated with elf bits. Just rework the sprue, goddamn. Why do you keep releasing this? I know you've already done the dev work on the ugly rat ogre. Please, at least now you can get good rat ogres now. They're just like, fuck it, new rat ogres. Okay, I'll take it. Just don't give me the old one. The old one's bad and not even in a fun soul way. Not even like this model has soul. The old rat ogre was shit. Richmond Wood Berserk. Ah, gotcha. See, but yeah. Because I've been, I might have convinced. I don't think I convinced. It was another person. In my turnip group is also looking into 3rd edition 40k. They're probably gonna do guard maybe, which would be neat. Apparently, they just have a shitload of guard kicking around their house, and they've just like never done anything with it. So it's like, ooh. How you doing, Kine? How you doing? Hey, let's go. Hello, Court Enjoyer. Court is so cool. I do love me Court lads. I haven't played them in a hot fucking minute. Right now, games kind of like come and go at my shop. There's a wax and a wane, and right now, Turnip is on the ascendant, and I still would like to do more Trench Crusade stuff. I do love Trench. We do be trenching, but definitely Turnip has gotten like the attention there recently-ish. Hey, there we go. And then I gotta get his belt. I just do the strap. Yeah, there we go. Going surprise. He's also got like a lot of models have belts in like incredibly awkward spots, and I generally hate painting belts. This guy's belt's not so bad. Not so bad. I gotta get deep into that armpit, which I cannot reach any other way. Once again, every now and then, people who do 3D prints are just like, yeah, this is a cool pose, and it is, but I'm like, oh god. How are you gonna reach back there? Hopes and dreams. Prayer. There we go. Yeah, I got a bunch of good, just dumb remixes in the vault. This is one like I've been trying to play my playlist on more random because I've definitely heard a lot of the same songs over and over again. So I'm going a bit deep. Where did I put this? I put it up. Put it up. Of course I did. There we go. There we go. Yeah, but yeah. I also have like a decent amount of like Ryamu songs on my list. I don't know much about Idolmaster. Idolmaster is one of those franchises that, like, because I never really got super into the anime, or like I never did like played any of the gacha games or any of the games, because like the Xbox versions were just never translated, and I think the mobile ones had like unofficial, like I don't think they were ever like patch translated. I think you had to like read on a site, which I did with Love Live before. But I think generally I've always preferred Idolmaster music to Love Live. There's a couple of Love Live bangers, but I think overall Idolmaster's just got better tunes. Oh, that's fucking rad. Hell yeah. Just random lads dancing around to like Vocaloid stuff, or just like idol music is the best. I still really enjoy, there's a video of 3 people dressed up as Muse, like the original like Love Live group, and they're dancing on a floor that is being actively covered in lube. So they're doing the whole dance, and they're just kind of like swinging and trying their best. And it's great because they eat shit so much at different levels. There's a guy who's dressed as Kotori who eats shit almost immediately, and his wig falls off, like straight up, like super early on, and just keeps on trucking. Okay. I could just do a leather band for that. Yeah, I could continue to keep like a color consistency, this sort of like limited-ish palette. I actually really like the way these browns are looking with the like the color for the Alpha Legion-y style and whatnot. Looks pretty legit. But yeah, no, that's a good shit. Whenever you just see like a bunch of just like Japanese dudes dancing to anime bullshit, it's like, fuck yeah, this is good. This is gonna be a good time. This is gonna be a good time. Oh, how you doing, Stress Bear? Oh, no, that's not a rude question at all. Okay. So, couple different things. One of them is I do have a digital camera. Mine is I use a digital camera to stream right now, but I have a separate digital camera just for photos, because the camera that I got was not good for streaming. It is a Rebel EOS, it's like Rebel EOS Mark II or something like that. Then what I do is I take the picture, I do kind of like black background, make sure like the lighting is even. Then I take the image into Adobe After Effects. And that's usually where I'll like tweak some values. So it's like, I'll take it in there and be like, okay, maybe just like change exposure a bit, boost the shadows. I don't really super fuck around with like changing like the color temperature and whatnot. Some people do. Or do like the Virginet, whatever. The one where you can kind of like isolate the picture a little bit more, put like little like shadows around the sides. How you doing, Sunshine? How you doing? It do be me, the Tiffy boy. And that's sort of the base gist of how I take my photos and stuff. Also videos, but that's sort of the same idea. I will say I'm not great at photography. What really happens is that I have just like looked up guides, and then I just set my settings and I've forgotten them. I fully believe that like if somebody was like broke into my house and took a hammer to my camera and gave me the exact duplicate camera, I would have very different looking photos. What I would actually recommend is I wish I could remember the exact issue. There is a web like zine called 28 Mag. I'm gonna mute this ad before it's too late. I don't think I'm gonna make it, bros. Let me see. 8 Mag. And on 28 Mag, there is, I believe, Volume 1 has a photography guide in it. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's going to be very hard for me to look midstream for these. I can at least link you 28 Mag in general. There's a very nice magazine. You can see a lot of cool people's like art and stuff. It is a goal of mine to someday have a piece of like a mini I've done in 28 Mag. I would love that. That's an aspiration of mine. But I also like, you know, I don't think any of those people know who I am, and I've not reached out to anyone. I don't even know what the process for that is. But 28 Magazine's really cool. One of those has a guide for how to set up photography stuff, which is a very nice, consistent, like it's nice because you can just like read it and don't like just kind of keep it. There's like a lot of examples that you can sort of see in there. It's a good setup. I'm gonna do like one more coating of the stuff. Yeah, I have like a couple miscellaneous goals as like a mini person, as a VTuber. And that's just definitely on there as one. I would just like to be like, hey, let's go. One of them, it's funny. One of them was like, I want to be on Goonhammer, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be like a later year goal. And I got that shit done in January. I was like, what the fuck? They liked one of my Trench Crusade models and posted on their like cool things of the week. And I was like, yeah, let's go. You're a mini person. How tall I am? I am 6'1". I'm a large lad. I'm not a. It's a reasonable question to ask because a lot of VTubers are like 5'1" womanlets. So like I'm relatively tall in my like general friend group, which is very funny. If Fleshlight got a 28 mag, I would fucking. I don't care. I would love that. I would love that. Give me your legs. You can't reach them. I'm being a little mischievous, a little rapscallionish. Plus I'm just working on this guy a little bit. I don't know why, but sure, whatever. I'm gonna. What do I want that? I guess I already have some of this like dark brown on there. Might as well do a similar thing for his base. I did a little bit of work on his base and it just like didn't super work out. Pay to tell people that text? I do. Whenever I go to RE streams, I play to tell people tax like instantly. I pay my dues. Here we go. Initially, I did this guy's base, and it was like very. I like cork, and I found that the more and more I use cork, the more I realized some of my older projects were like very visible cork steps. I do actually, yeah, I do. Grocery store, not so much, but like a Target, yeah. I've been asked to help people get stuff before. Target, I was at Costco. I was at just like somewhere that was similar to a Costco once, and someone just needed. Oh no, I think it was at a hardware store. But yeah, no, I get asked to get things from shelves, like not super often. Most things are like, you know, we do live in a world of made for short people, so like a lot of things are pretty easy for them to reach. But like, you know, I get a decent amount of help requests. I got like a proper dark blue now. I can use for the hands. I want to use I want the guy on the base to be like a vaporized ultramarine, because you know I'm doing word bearers, and that is as Lorgar demands. So yeah, let's how this like darker look. Oh. Wow, it's fucking identical. Wait a minute. This is the guy's original head and hand. The idea that he got blasted by plasma and is just kicked into the dirt. Yeah, I think I just need to go back with a brighter blue now. I guess I got double dark blue. That's fine. How's the buddy looking? I think he's still drying a bit. Yeah, I can still see some moisture. Oh yeah. That girl. Got like a shirt on of some sort, and I don't know exactly. Oh yeah, I think I want to do the exact same like tan cloth on that. There's two variations of the same tan color on the palette. That's okay. Okay. This is also the safe for work one. There's a not safe for work version of this model where she's just like each boob is out, but like I was like that would be appropriate for stigmatic nuns, but I'm also doing the Methodius, and they don't do that. They be prudent 24/7. This, I guess. Get up and there. Oh. Apparently it's storming outside. It never stops storming. I live in an area of constant storms. I'm done. I don't want any more. We don't need any more rain. I'm good. We're good. I live in one of those areas where they're like, it hasn't rained in a while, so it's good that it's been raining so much, and now it's like everyone's like, no, we're sick of it. Please let us off this ride. But that's something here. Go under the armpit. I'll come back to that later. There we go. So couldn't reach it. Oh, so like, oh. See, I'm just imagining that like that person could see the Shadow of the Colossus grip points start to manifest as you were trying to scale that. Iron Lily. Ah. I don't think so anyway. I could check. Lily. Oh, wait. I've seen this person around. Oh, okay. So there's like a group of artists that are always like doing kind of cutesy anime historical stuff. And I think I've seen this person around before doing cutesy anime historical stuff. Not bad or anything. It's just like this. That's definitely a niche that I'm aware exists. You, buddy. That's true. Do some red highlighty bits. I can do some highlighty bits. Easier now. That's fair. That's fair. Do I want to do the stipple style? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because it's nice to do for power armor. So you like knock up some of the. Oh, there we go. The lad. He's so stumpy. Like I when I bought him, I was like, he seems fine, but then I was like, his proportions are weird. And then he's just actively smaller than like most of the other ones. It's not even like a size thing. It's just like because of the cape, he's got like a really square. He's got like a really square build, which is not a shape that, like, you know, most Marines have a very specific outline, but because of the cape, his outline is very different from like a typical Marine of this era. Of the 40,000, 30,000s, my bad. This is a heresy model. Oh, yeah, he's got scrolls too, actually. This would be a way better use because I got some stuff on my palette already. So get like engine on there, get a little bit redder. And I could get his horns too. There we go. Got a couple different things I can hit this up now. And I believe the other guy would be dried, which is good because I'm going to dry brush the fur on the legs. And then I wish to glue them to the base. So that way I have, especially because I'm doing like a really thin speed paint, the less I want to touch it, the better. Scrolls, buddy. Motherfucking Scrolls back when he was a... For some reason, it did not cross my mind that this guy was a chaplain model because I'm so used to like the current, like I know the styling between 30k and 40k is different, but it just never crossed my mind to like, oh yeah, he does have Crozius. I know, yeah, he really does. This guy's just a wide fuck. Like the most. I think it's once I put him on a taller base and like I can't really remove the cape. The cape, like sometimes I'll remove capes from minis, but this guy's cape is just so integrated. Also because, you know, I got the model used. I added the crest back here. I cut off the head and I replaced the Crozius arm, which is on the base now, with this power claw thing. So he's just gonna be like a regular Centaurian. I know chaplains are in a weird spot in 3rd edition Horus Heresy because like they don't have abilities. Because I know there's like a couple models where the idea was like, okay. Oh fuck, okay. I that buff? Oh fuck. Get some more buff on the thing. I might have got the wrong color at like 1 or 2 spots. Where they're like, well, the models are just now sort of like what they unlock and like what stats they got. How you doing, Norris? Welcome. I'm technically working on the big boy, but I'm also working on a couple of the smaller versions. There we go. That's over here. A little bit on the palette. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't find chaplains especially exciting. So God, what's it called? There is a song by by Da Pump. It's one of those things where it's like I've never heard the original song. Back when I was more active in like Hololive stuff, that's when I saved this because it's Korone and Okayu back in like 2020 or maybe like 2021, just doing like a cover of that. You had to make emote what do? Make emote what do? Maybe just like I don't know. It's hard to like get the mimicness out. Like I don't know if I need just like strip like a treasure chest emote, or like maybe just like my mouth and like a really really long tongue. Like that might be one of those fun like multi-part ones where it's like it's just like open mouth and then just like tongue. I don't know. I would need to think on it. Dude, I do probably need to get, like... like I said, I got some emotes in the docket that are cooking up, but I definitely need to do more. Actually, I think my plan is I just want to eventually take all the emotes that, like, no one's really using and just kind of, like, quietly retire those and kind of, like, put in some new ones. It's just a good way to keep things fresh. Yeah, now they just got, like, a big old check. As opposed to, like, I don't know. I find a lot of the other ones way more interesting. Like, you're gonna be surprised that the word bearer guy thinks that, like, the esoterist is really cool. Mind you, we don't got demons yet, but, like, you know, I do like me some demon bullshit. even just like a regular psyker too. Yeah, just to the. I mean, a lot of them are like old or like ones that like were just kind of just like random one-off thoughts. So it's not like they were just sort of picked because I thought they would be neat and they didn't work out. Yeah, there's I'm wondering if I take like a unit of like 20 assault marines with a biomancer and just make them I think word bearers can already get a prime attachment thing where they just give +1 strength to a unit they're in. So just have just like big blob just kind of doing like discount world eater stuff. Could be neat. I don't know. I just gotta get the models done. Like I got a bunch of attack marines and I tried this out. I printed out a thicker one, but I got some shoulder pads. This one was mostly fine, but it had like a little chip, which is not gonna be the worst. I printed out a bunch of thicker shoulder pad decals for all the lads, which I believe have not chipped horribly, so they could actually be useful and whatnot. There we go, it's a big ass rumble. If I can get a tactical squad of 20, if I can get a despoiler squad of maybe like 20 as well, I don't know. Probably also does like I know I have access to the rules, but I also have not like sat down and really looked at like I don't know. I mean, so I do have my possessed guys. I got the. I'm gonna be running these lads as Galvorback. So like I got 5 of them that are kind of closest to being done. So that's taken care of. I'm waiting for. I would like to make some Ashen Circle with the new Mark II bodies. I just don't have the box yet. I think they would be good Ashen Circle, and then maybe make the rest of those into veterans, I guess, because like you know I already have plenty of Mark VI bodies, so like I don't need Dorkos. Like generic Dorks can be served with them. I can just use the Mark VI to be like a Mark II to be like, yo, these guys have been around for a while. They've been in the shit. New Raptors kill teams Ashen Circles. I mean, that would be fun to do like Ashen Circle circa like the current yeah. If I get that box, I very likely, I don't know, I might not paint them up as Night Lords. I would like to have a little squad of Night Lords, but I also do think that like those would be really. I've recently been like, man, I want to get me some Raptors so I could run them in like 30k, and they're like, hey, Raptors kill team. I'm like, oh, okay. You even got a Chaos Lord and a fucked up mutant guy. Well, okay then. I see what you're doing there, and I approve. I definitely approve. I was not expecting this, but hell yeah. Go like real under the gooch that I need. His gooch is solid, so I'm gonna glue him to a base just so I have something to grip onto. Now the question is like what? Oh yeah. Baggie of baking soda. This is baking soda. This isn't anything mysterious. And this is gonna be like a snow base anyway. Let's see, how do I do this? Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, let me hydrate before I glue the lad on. Ah, there we go. So this guy, when I fitted him on the base, he had a very specific pose. Okay, I think it was this. Something like this. So I'm going to be doing the thing where I'm going to put, like, a little pinch of baking powder, like, roughly here. Here-ish. There we go. It's a really, so basically when you mix that with super glue, it causes it to dry super quick and dry super strong, so he doesn't get his like shit knocked off. The problem is it gets everywhere. Like I almost want to have like I want to get like an itty bitty little spoon that I could just like spoon it out. Glue, let's glue your feet. Pretty much all I gotta do is just on there and press. Got a bit of a lean. Buddy, oh, that's not too bad. There we go. Check out the lead. Ah, fuck. It's also since we got like a little bit of like side stuff on there. Also just go like there, just add a bit more sturdiness. Go and like a little bit here, and then I gotta like remove all the dust. There we go. All right, I'm gonna let him dry a bit. Gives you Alpha Legion vibes. What? Wait, Kine, are you saying that like the scaled veil, the scaled cover to the engine thing, and the Alpha Legion belt buckle, are you saying that he gives you Alpha Legion vibes? No, that can't be right. No, that's not right. So that's just a weird little coincidence. I'm having some fun. Oh yeah, no, that's 100% intentional. To be fair, I did that on purpose. I absolutely did that on purpose. I want him to look like, if you look at him, you're like, oh, that's a cool design, and then you'd be like, wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Like, I'm thinking of similar things for like the big giant guy. Like, I want to put the helmet on, and then Alpha Legion right. I have a billion word bearer symbols, and I decided to mix the Alpha Legion ones in here because I make good choices. Whatever. For like example purposes, I'm gonna take this this word bearer symbol. Oh, you're Meister Miller. How you doing? And like, I want to put it like on the back, so it's like that. So it's like if you were looking dead on, you wouldn't notice it. Every now and then I'll hear a song in my place that I don't remember putting on there. How you doing, Meister Miller? How you doing? I be working on the lad. And the lad be pretty good, actually. Oh, I haven't gone to G-Dubs to get like a free mini for a while, or really ever, if I'm going to be honest. Having a singular Space Wolf to fuck around with does sound like fun. Especially because I kind of like, I got this guy, right? I just had this like random, like, I think I just got him like for like $1 at my shop, and I don't know where his arms are at, but I was thinking like, okay, I need some more possess, so if I give him like a funky backpack, I'm currently printing out like one of the Bestiarum Daemonettes because they got like really good crab claws and stuff, and I'm gonna have it so they have like a split neck, and just like use that just to make like a bunch of random possessed. So I think that would be neat. I need to do another layer of the brown because like that could definitely use some. You ain't got no arms, Lieutenant. I'm blanking on that. I feel like I should know what that reference is from, and I'm just not coming up with it. Is that Forrest Gump? Am I on crack? What's happening here? I assure you that was baking soda. Or sodium bicarb or whatever, I don't know. It's that. It's good. Thank you, miscast. Hey, there we go. Look at me. I can remember stuff sometimes. Yeah, the baking soda trick I learned from Miscast Minis, and that has been continued. I've been really enjoying his daily vlogs. He's doing one of those like, well, I'm gonna do a daily vlog thing, and if I don't do it for a single day, I'm gonna delete everything. I still want to make some, like, I don't know. I'm torn. I feel like I should make some backups, as like a lot of these are really good. I don't think I would ever like upload them on YouTube and be like, yeah, I'm doing it. But I think it'd be nice just because there is some like good advice and some neat things in there. But I also wonder if that like kind of defeats the spirit. Where it's like the hoarder in me is like, yeah, you should back that up because like, you know, it will eventually just be gone. But then like another part of me is like, well, that takes away the magic and the whimsy of what he set out to do by doing this. I'm very torn. Those have been very good for just like general like hobby fun time stuff. Between that and getting that like mold book, I've been feeling really inspired lately, which has been good. Also the big turnip event today, there are all kinds of like really good models there. Basically, like we had like newbies that didn't have like any models, and that's fine. I was not aware of how many people just apparently came from just like elsewhere with a fully painted army with their own like cool shit going on. I was like, oh fuck yeah, let's go. There's definitely like an interesting mix of people there. There was somebody. I'm saying this in like the most like nice to neutral way possible. I forgot that there are furries that just go out and about like semi-dressed as a furry. It's been so long. I haven't seen that shit in years, but there was just like an honest to God, like he didn't wear like the full outfit most of the time, but there was definitely like wearing the tail in the back of the jeans. And I was like, huh. This is taking me back. Like I've never like done any of that myself, but I've been in spaces where like furries were common. I'm just like, oh, no shit. Which was kind of wild. Buddy, what do you need? He needs a couple touch-ups like there. Oh. Yeah, no, it was like everything was covered. There was nothing being like particularly gross about anything. Like I said, it was not like me being like, ugh, gross or furry, because I'm just kind of whatever. I've any internet animosity to furries, I'm just kind of like whatever now, because I'm gonna be honest, like furries back when they were like the villains of the internet, totally understandable, you know. Oh my god, that was a lot. You guys might have even heard that one. But you know, weirdos on the internet getting into fights, being very, very strange. That's fine. I would much rather them than like, you know, just like typical like quote unquote like normie people on the internet. Because at least there's like even if I like don't really align with their interests, there is some just like we are weirdos in an online space, understanding that we are on an online space. I'm just thinking like that's that there. Oh, I was saying that there was at the tournament meet, there was just straight up just like a furry there with like wearing a tail and everything. But like they were like clean and like well dressed and whatnot. It just caught me off guard because I hadn't seen a furry in years, like in the wild. And not counting a convention. Like listen, I went to Magfest. There's furries at Magfest. Yeah, that's where they're gonna go. Oh my god, I don't think it's affecting my stream. But if I just go just tune out, like if I just go like. Bzz, the storms have got me. I don't know why I just think getting like this little nose spit is kind of. I think it's just because it's so prominent. It just feels right just to hit it up with some silver. There we go. Where he is. They did have like the whole like helmet. I guess helmet's what you would call it. My hell, I don't have any. I don't have a whole. I would like to get a turnip cosplay, but I don't really have anything like cosplayish at all, really. So I'm blowing off the remaining baking powder. There we go. A little bit under the little leg. I gotta get. Is that still? I'm kind of surprised at like how long this has lasted on the. Oh no! I was like man, this is holding on for a while. No, it's dried. It's just dried into like a clump. Shake well. Yeah, probably. I don't think I shook this very well, so this is probably a good idea to do that. Nope. Good. Had to hit up like a couple little areas where I think they need it. Like that. I'm debating, like, as much as I think this guy's actually like pretty close for like enamel wash territory, I also think I need to varnish him first. I definitely need to varnish this motherfucker first, because if I don't, I feel like all this is going to rub away. And I can't, unfortunately, I can't varnish them tonight because storm. Please, please, nature. I would just like to craft in peace. Yeah, there we go. It's like a little bit where I can put some of the metal on there. Scales. Luckily, for the most part, the coverage on this was really good. Like any that I missed was like something I just accidentally grabbed or whatever. Yeah, it's weird where it's like I feel like it's later than it is. Like I feel like I shouldn't have that much time left to paint, but I'm actually doing like pretty good on time. Surprising. There we go. Guess I just kind of like spread it out so it's a bit more even. Yeah, this week has definitely gone by fast. It's definitely, I don't know, time continues to accelerate incredibly fast for me. Like, oh no, the passage of time. Time conspiracy theory. Is it one of those ones that like I still think my favorite time conspiracies are the one where the idea is that the clock is technically like, that like there are some like missing periods of time, like there's just like straight up just like a bunch of missing years that were just sort of like stealth written out of the calendars, like at a certain point. I don't remember who was like, it was like there was definitely people that, oh god, have championed that theory before, and I don't know how serious it was. Like there's always those kind of like jokey theories that like it's hard to tell if the people are being real or not. I think the people behind that were very real feeling on that. This still got full little bits of like I'm gonna repaint it over with the base tan. Dry brush it again. I think with how fragile the paints on this model are, as much as I love my enamels, but I can absolutely see my enamels like destroying the fuck out of some of these colors. You have to be very cautious. But I think because of that, though, this is going to look pretty good. Especially because I think once the dark wash hits, this is going to also... I also probably... I don't... A little less excited. I'm still curious. I'm still curious. Oh, it's a storm monster. Because I know I've done one of these models where I did a lot of snow. And the question now is, like, how much snow do I want to put on this model? So I'm kind of torn because like I could go a little apeshit with the snow and it will look good, but also like I still want this to read like it's like a mostly done model, or not just something that's like, well, there was a model here and it's been drenched in snow. I think the other one might have leaned a bit too much, like, a bit more into that. I can actually just kind of like hit that little wrap. Some on the other side, I'm gonna have to touch that up with some silver in a bit. I think I'll just need to go silver back into the interior of the little like swirly bits. Look at this guy though. This guy's looking really legit for very little effort. Like the amount of effort that led to him looking this legit. Like I could see like speed painting putting together an Alpha Legion army, like just something like really quick. Like I could make Alpha Legion my like 3rd edition army if I really wanted to. Like stupid loud. I think I've read a book with that premise though, Zeta. I think I want to say it's like From Here to Eternity. There was I think it was like the Asimov book that had like a similar enough idea to that. Asimov is like one of those authors that I read a little bit and I enjoyed, but I just never like I don't think I've never read his like big Foundation series. It was always like kind of like a bunch of the side quest books, which were good. Don't get me wrong, but just like I never read the original like the one that people like. Yeah, if you're gonna read Asimov, do that. How you doing, Shadow? Welcome. I'm working on the lad. Hit up all of these. I think the top. Bit of love. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? I've been working on this machine armor guy. He's looking very legit. He's got like, I can't wait. Like, I'm gonna use a little one of the, what's it called? I'm going to use the little marker. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna be using that like little marker pin on there, and that's gonna look really, really nice because I can just go like boop 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 boop. Get all those little details. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Get a bit more leather. The leathers are stupid thin here. Just as long as like the side is always going to be a little jank, and it's mostly just because of like the shadows and whatnot. There we go. It's about the theory. Oh, is there? Okay. Let's see. There's this. So I've all been agreed that time is slow. I could see that. The government wants you to not feel like your day is long. So not the government. I'm joking there, but like I've had like similar thoughts before. I don't know. It has been interesting, at least for me. Just like consistently, it does feel like I have less and less time in a week. Like some of that just might be just getting older in general. I think it's also because my schedules are really like regimented, and also just like I got a lot of stuff going on between like VTubing and like some tabletop stuff I'm on, and I don't like I am cherishing when I get like some just loose free time to myself, because oh god, it does not happen as much as I would like to these days. Got some silver. Yeah, let's go. Get a hit. Alpha Legion's full. Okay, it's starting out pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I think life is just finding like theories of stuff that works for you, really. And as long as you, like you said, as long as you're not just like, oh no, that's not good. Scoop that up though and repeat it. Hey, there we go. Just gotta hit that up with that blue again. I think that'll be good as new. Yeah, let's go. And then, oh yeah, a little bit of the silver while I still got some of that on there. I mean, I'm just trying to get like a reasonably precise bit of the axe decal, especially because I little bit more in there, and then this guy's probably going to be like, Jesus Christ. I usually don't even like bother to mention the weather, but like it is actively like power storming where I'm at. Oh boy. Oh, nope, nearly knocked over one pellet. That's a good sign. Okay, I gotta wait for this to dry, and then this guy's gonna go wait for the enamel wash. Oh, it's okay. I keep nearly flipping over my palette. It's freaking me out. It's because I got it like on my chair rest, because like apparently I don't know what's happened today, but like my little pull-out tray is too wobbly to put stuff on. Like immediately after stream, I'm gonna be like ducking under my desk and just like tweaking things with like a wrench or whatever. Not wrench, a screwdriver. Look at the lap though. Oh wait, I could do a little bit of dry brushing too. Wait, let me grab there we go, tan earth, and I'll hit that up on all the various leather bits. I have like 3 different versions of this on my palette, but it's like better safe than sorry. My incredibly thin, small dry brush. I love it. I love this thing to pieces. I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna use this guy too. I don't know. Like I said, the turnip is definitely like, I actually do want to do some more turnip projects, because I am feeling pretty invigorated for turnip because of all the stuff. Especially because now that I've realized I could combine a Lost in the Damned army and a turnip 28. Like, I already have a turnip 28 army, but like I can add more units to that also are Lost in the Damned. Like a lot more cavalry for like Rough Riders, some mutant stuff. I found there's the Maker's Cult has like a whole series of like modular feudal guard that has like chain swords and power fists and whatnot, and it's really, really, really nice. So, and especially with the STL cell in my mini factory, that was like like $2 or $3. Okay, that's still wet. Oh, I can hit the axe real quick though. Dude, I can do the halves. There we go. There we go. There we go. I've been eating good. Let me dry brush this. I can show you this. Like, it's a shame that my FDM printer is currently out of commission because of that stoppage. Because I just picked up an incredibly baller set. Oh my god. It's called like the Sunless Citadel or whatever, and it was like already in this like turbo discounted bundle. And then that turbo discounted bundle got further discounted by the My Mini Factory sales to the point it was like $20 for what at one point was a big Kickstarter terrain set. And it's really, really, really cool. Let me get this real quick. Got like a little too. Jesus. Calm the fuck down, nature. I'm streaming. Bits over here. Yeah, I'm fairly certain you guys are hearing all of the thunder because how could you not at this point? Like, it's just so fucking loud. It was totally sunny today. Like, no indication. Thunder, I hardly... Wait, is that the joke you're doing? Or did just... It's... Every now and then I'm hearing, like, big thunder where I'm at. See... This person, yeah, they're called 3D hexes, and I got this big-ass bundle. I don't have any, like, affiliation with them, but I do think that, like, if you like FDM terrain, I think the amount you get for $20... It's probably faintly being picked up on my stuff. But yeah, no, this has got some like, it's got this kind of like, I almost want to say like Scorn look to it, which I really like. Like this is, let's see. Not My Mini Factory. Why is your slide thing ass? Luckily, I know how to inspect element and I can just get pictures from whatever I want, but like, let me put this on the screen. Yeah, but like, look how good this looks. Like, this isn't even painted. This is just like, in theory, printed in kind of like a sandy terrain thing. And it's just like, you definitely had to have heard that, right? That was loud as shit. But it's like, this little altar's printable by itself, and then you got this like big kind of just like ruined, like, okay, now you heard it. Now you heard it. And I gotta get my printer running because all that stuff would be really good for like a Black Grail theme set. I really, really, really would like that. So, how you doing, Andrew? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm working on this Alpha Legion-esque machine armor guy for Trench Crusade. Going pretty good. A little bit of dry brushing on the leather bits before I want to. Oh god. Yeah, that'll calm down once I do the enamel wash, but like, move a bit more accent. I want to enamel this. I want to enamel this, but like I know definitely I need to varnish it first because if not, everything will be removed just because like the speed paint is really thin. Okay, there we go. Considering that this is like one stream's worth of shit, though, I'm very happy. I'm very happy the way this turned out. This turned out fucking great. All right, so I'm gonna set. Oh, one thing I gotta do. There's like a little bit at the top. I need to just make that black. Easy. Thor, please. I know. I'm not painting Stormcast, and that's probably what you'd be into. But I'm sorry. I'm working on just like it's a funky little pagan guy. Or maybe I have angered Thor by painting a funky little pagan guy. Like, how dare you? But yeah, Andrew, if you hear like, yeah, I've done enamels without varnish for a lot of things, but for speed paint, I definitely need to do that for this. How you doing, Pudding? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? All right, so he's good. Actually, there's another Alpha Legion-ish mini I kind of want to work on. There's this guy. He is a turnip 28 like Alpha Legion cultist guy put together, which I thought would be. Oh, he's got a base over here too. Bedtime lurk. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Lurk as much as you want. Hell yeah. Let me work on him a bit. Fuck it. I said today was going to be a day where I just worked on stuff on my desk, so I will do that. There we go. So he's not got like a huge amount of metal on him. It's going to be like... I also wanted to paint the cloak red because I want the idea that he's also like... I don't know why. I really like the idea of Alpha Legion infiltrating my own armies and doing like versions of that. I'm also going to be doing a similar one. So the friend I play 3rd edition with is doing Imperial Fists. So I'm like, ooh, like an Imperial Fist kind of like infiltrated thing too would be cool. Like I got this like really, really sick guy with like a big wingspan like backpack. And I want to make it so that like the wings from the front look like stone. But from the back, they'll look like proper, like, kind of like evil chaos wings, because I think that would be neat as shit. As a kind of like a camo sort of setup that it's just like, yeah, I'm just behind this wall. It's all good. Nothing weird going on here. Nothing weird whatsoever. How you doing, Starfire? Welcome. How you doing? My guy that I was working on tonight is as done as he's gonna be because I need to varnish him, and it's too stormy to varnish. Yeah, that's kind of the joke. It's also, it's just like a reoccurring thing that I like in my brain is the idea. I love the idea of like Janissaries and like cultist infiltration. I really like the idea of these kind of like people who are sort of brought in from other factions into things. I think that's neat. That's actually like probably my favorite thing about the Tau. I'm actually like, I like the big robots and everything because like, you know, who doesn't? But I think primarily I enjoy the idea that like, yeah, they got like human Janissaries doing shit. I love that. I love that a lot. It's really, really fun. No, Thor would like, I think, let's see, Fire Slayers do fit Thor pretty much. I do also think that straight up that like the Stormcast have very, like, you got like kind of barbarian-y guys with big hammers filled with lightning. Like, to the point that I do have to wonder if Sigmar definitely is, like, a weird sort of, like, Thor-Odin kind of mix. Oh. There we go. French Ghost, formerly Faithful Soldiers. That would be cool. Oh, shit, that would be a good idea. Yeah, because they just hate everyone, and they're just pissed forever, because, you know, they're ghosts. They're in, like, sad purgatory business. But that's not kind of neat, actually. I think the only reason I never went for Trench Ghosts is that there was a period of time where, like, the shops I went to, like, before everybody settled on New Antioch, everyone was like, we're all going Heretic Legions. And I was like, cool. And they're like, what we're doing? Probably Trench Ghosts. And I was like, cool, okay. And so I was like, whenever somebody claims a faction like that, I generally leave it alone. Like, a friend of mine got really into Grail, and honestly, that's why I don't run Grail as much anymore. I like Grail. Grail is still probably, like, a faction that I enjoy a lot. But, like, I've kind of ceded Grail to him and just worked more on my Methodius and my, like, court and stuff like that. Even my Sultanate. I said it's because I'm the kind of guy that has, like, the brainworms that if we go to the same restaurant and I don't know if I want to pick the same thing as anyone else, it's entirely stupid and pointless, but it is that kind of, like, brain thing, I guess. It's just some guy, like, just, like, guard stuff? I mean, that tracks, to be fair. Some guy is a very, like, popular version of a Grim Darksman. Get his... Because I want him to have a red cloak to match some of my other turnip stuff. I'm gonna do that. Oh, he's got like a little back pistol. Let me get that real quick. There we go. Yeah. The thing is, I really like the idea of Genestealer cults. It's just that, like, that's an army that would require time and resources I don't have. Like, if somebody was like, Hal, here is an entire, like, Genestealer cult army for you. It's a 2,000 point army. It's pre-painted. Here you go, bud. Merry Christmas. And I'd be like, cool. Genestealers are also like one of the most like hyper detailed things that I don't know when I'd get that shit done. I would enjoy myself. Dreamsteel or Cold are just they're just Kirby villains. It's just Kirby themed Tyranids. You just make them all like cute and pink and whatnot, but also still horrifying. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but that also still describes Stormcast, especially because they don't have the fear of dying. They'll just go apeshit into the fray, and a lot of them do got big lightning hammers. I don't think he would hate Fire Slayers. I'm just saying that I think Stormcast are just so Thor coded that like it was probably definitely like an intentional thing from G-dubs. Up in the cloak. There we go. Yeah, same. You know what I think would be perfect? A kill team. There's a lot I actually really like the idea of G-dubs making these like really cool kill teams for each faction, because like, hey, you know, would I want to do a whole army of Genestealer cults or Night Lords or whatever? No, a kill team's manageable. A kill team's manageable and could still work. And like Night Lord's case, I think actually Night Lords make more sense as kill teams than an army. Put this dry now. I want to get some other details. You, buddy. What do we work on for you? What do you need? I want some like tarnish. He's got these like little metal things. I don't know if I want to do like the tarnished blue that I usually do. I think that would look nice. I think that would look nice. Like a little bit of. I know oxidization is a weird thing for like a space marine. I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, I paint my models to look cool, and I will throw out every piece of lore if I think that would get away in the way of my models looking cool. I will absolutely just ignore it. Give a fuck. Like, I mean, like, you know, I still like playing within like I'm not gonna run like a Primaris Marine in like Horus Heresy, but like even in the early stuff, there's some people like, no, you can't bring a single 40k thing over, and then you see like some of the original like articles, and it's like Duncan Rhodes using like very visible Grey Knight bits in some of his conversions. Like, okay, bud. Okay, bud. Yeah, they do have the Brood Brothers. Yeah. I did see those. I think one of my shops might still have them. I don't know. Once again, kind of lowish on the project totem pole for them, but still very cool. Couple of areas I gotta like refix because I definitely like overpainted some silver or something. It's also got this like line on his crotch, and like I don't know if I need to highlight that. Like it's like there's like a line on his dick, if I'm going to be honest. And I'm like, do I make that metal? Do I paint that like trim? I don't fucking know. I've never seen a detail like that on any other Space Marine. I could just, you know, paint the areas around it brighter and just have like natural shadows be there. What the fuck is it doing? What is that? Why? What has led this design decision for a metal dick? He fought in the line of duty and earned himself a bionic dick. For the Emperor. I feel like if you got your dick blown off as a Space Marine, they'd probably just like hook a tube directly up. I already know that a Space Marine's armor basically like filters their liquids and like every solids, like, so they just kind of like subsist for a while. I imagine they would just make that even easier. Like okay, we can just directly connect the tube now, and they're like, good. This will let me shoot easier. Like, yeah, like fuck yeah, let's go. For the Emperor and whatnot. Label in one box set. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, a glorious battle catheter for the Emperor. I hate everything I said about that. Raynuts have a crotch plate that says Titan? For like the Terminators? Like what has, I believe you. I just want to know what model it is so I can look at it and just kind of just like be bamboozled. Be baffled, I mean, confused. Is Hornswoggled right? I can't remember if Hornswoggled is a way of being confused or if that's a fight. I can't remember. So he's got some like funky meat back here. That and then funky meat is here as well. Okay, most of this is funky meat, and then in the back will just be like general like armor plating stuff. Okay, that's good enough. Like, because I'm trying to differentiate, like what is this, and then what is like the actual plating. Like, as long as I just kind of hit everything that looks vaguely. Oh yeah. This side definitely shows a lot more flesh. Oh. It's to be hoodwinked. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go then. Like, it's just like it's hoodwinking me right now. Yeah, it's Cloaker Meat. Okay, that's meat. My favorite board game is this Cloaker Meat. There we go. Oh, it's on the Dread Knight. Oh god. Oh Dread Knights. It's funny because like, do you think that like the guy who made the Dread Knight has like a like a good position at G-Dubs or something? Because like that model's been actively made fun of for years, and like I know G-Dubs has a very set schedule, and you got to do like all the Black Templar bowl cuts, or else they will leave and they'll be mean on the internet. But like, it feels like it'd be the easiest dunk. You don't even got to redo the whole range. The range needs a redo, but you could delay so much of that by being like, hey, look, new Dread Knight, and it's like fully enclosed. I feel like that'd be so easy, but like somebody must like really like that design of the baby carrier or something. Like they took it personal. Because that shit has been around for ages, and it's still being made fun of. Yeah, there's been good Saturnine conversions. I've seen, like, several different ones. How you doing, Lord of Bones? Welcome, welcome, welcome. The model restrictions for tournaments, for G-Dub stuff, it's tricky because, objectively, the only real solid answer is ask your tournament organizer, which is the biggest fucking nothing answer, but some of them are going to be like way more lenient and just like, yeah, you could do whatever. Some of them, like if you're playing at like an official Games Workshop shop, I believe the model needs to be like look like the model and then also be made entirely out of Games Workshop parts. You're allowed to use 3D printed bits, but you have to prove that you designed it. And even then, like, someone could be like, nah, you didn't do that. Nah, you didn't do that. And just say no. But that's also if you're at a Games Workshop branded store. If you're at like your mom and pop shop, like mine is pretty much like, yeah, 20, like maybe like 20-25% of your army could be like proxies or whatever. And they're like, if you're just doing like 3D prints for like helmets and stuff, we could not give less of a fuck. And it's great because like they're basically like, we want your army to look good. So like do what you gotta do to make it look good. But they are an establishment. So they're like, if you roll up the establishment, like I play Tournament Trench Crusade, and I'm using 3D printed models, but like I still buy shit from my shop too, because I do wish to support them. Which I think like not that I'm like the shop is like, oh, those turnip people, because they come by like, oh shit, turnip, nice, and then just go back behind the counter and like continue to run the store unperturbed. But yeah. As tournaments are always going to be a funky thing if you're going for official, because G-Dubs is stupid. I wish they were less restrictive with stuff, but they won't be. So like that's why I'm like, oh, like Horus Heresy, they'll never do tournaments for that, and people generally are way more like proxy friendly. So generally, it's also easy. Also like. The people who do Horus Heresy armies entirely for the official Games Workshop stuff are insane, because some of these are like, yeah, this kit that has this symbol I needed, it's been out of print for like 3 years. I bought this one secondhand, but I made sure it was official. So this entire squad of attack marines that's 10 models wide is effectively $130. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Got some red dripping, which I'm not super jazzed about, but that's fine. So. Oh, he's still got like big drip going on. Okay, I should get a little bit on there. Yeah, this is still going pretty good though. Yeah. So no, that's fair. Like, I'm primarily a hobbyist. Like I love playing war games, but like if I couldn't play war games, I would still paint the minis, because for me the mini painting is the fun part, as like a fun little expressive like thing I do. Which cult? I don't. The swelling did. So what happened is we actually ended up tying. There was two teams. We basically did like an attackers and a double attacker team for the tournament. And we tied. I was one captain, and then another person was the other captain. And the way we decided the winner was a toss-off. Now we were playing with the campaign rules from the from the what's it called, the taster campaign stuff. And my guy was a beast. My guy had a cudgel that automatically dealt 2 damage per hit without a vulnerability save. He has an improved accuracy by 1, and he had 2d6 attacks. And you're like, oh, so yours won, Hal? No. Here's the problem. He had 2 life. Like, he just never got more health. My opponent's Toph got 6 attacks and 10 health. And just the 6 attacks basically meant that he got 4 successes, and I just died. I was like, well, okay. I am still modeling him, though. I think next Sunday's project will be to... I was going to make a Power Fist guy for my Lost in the Damned army anyway. So theming him around that would be fun. They shot him. Yeah, that's true. It does be like that sometimes. I don't know. Like I definitely played at a official G-Dub store for a while, and the lady there was like was okay for whatever. But official policy is you do have to be like a stickler dick about that. Just be like, well, no, I'm sorry, you can't run that. It's not an official Games Workshop model. So yeah, my guy got 6 wounds, but because the guy had 10 health, I just got my shit slapped. So we lost. My team lost because of Tough-Off. I had a lot of fun though. I won the games I played generally. Rocket Battery, mwah, chef's kiss. Rocket Battery, my beloved. It's so good. The Rocket Battery is so good. When it hits, but yeah, you know. Everything in Turnip misses like a motherfucker. Okay, this is his base, which I'm gonna go ahead and just do because I got stuff out. What's up? I'm basically just painting all the same color dirt. What's happening here? Oh, I was using a darker dirt. I was using a darker dirt earlier. I was using charred brown. I was like, what's happening? I could still use that for like a base coat of the wood. That might not be bad. That might not be bad. But yeah, no, it was a lot. It was legitimately a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I will say though, just to the dark. Okay, so I guess nice is looking basically the same. Whatever. I will say. I will say, the nice thing about having a bunch of models. So like. A lot of the models I'm doing for these like 3rd edition games are ones I painted like years ago. I busted out Death Guard that I painted in like 2021 on stream. And it's like, ooh, it's such a good feeling. Oh, it's such a good feeling. It's the best. It's so great. It legitimately fucks super hard. So yeah, definitely, you know, it can happen. Like if you paint a bunch of models and eventually you just find like the right other person to play with, or like the right shop or whatever, you'll be ready to go. It'll be great. I need to shake up. I have a dirty yellow that I decide to... I was doing a dark yellow, but it looks like it's being a little weird. Let me switch paint. I got like my vortex mixer off to the side. So yeah, just having like a big old bucket of like minis ready to go whenever does increase your chance of like when the game happens, you roll in with a fully painted army. And let me tell you, chef's kiss. It's so good. It's so good. Because people will come over and be like, wow, look at all your models. Hell yeah. I'm doing a little dry brush using this kind of like dirty gray. Which I think is just like good for just kind of like old wood. I'm early on in the process to be doing a dry brush, but the base color is basically what I wanted anyway, so like, that's fine. Yeah, no, it's great. It's my next thing is I just hope someday my Chaos Knights, I have a full, actually, I don't know how many points it's worth now with all the changes. At one point, I had 2,000 points worth of Chaos Knights. Fully painted. I have not used a single one. The problem is that like, because I'm going back to older editions before Chaos Knights existed, they're kind of like, I could maybe use one as like a Mauler Fiend or something like that, but like they're otherwise they're very big for what I'm going to be doing. Oh, you should. Yeah, you really only need like a box of like a historical army. She lost her arms twice? Oh god, how? That sounds rough. Moving some stuff from my dry brush. There we go. Yeah, but yeah, you could do that. You could definitely like just like, I think the original suggestion was just like a box of Agincourt Knights. Agincourt, I don't remember how to pronounce off the top of my head. And then like some like a Napoleonic like line trooper of your choice. That'll get you pretty far for a turnip army. Substitute your country of choice and your knight of choice, but that will basically get you there. Funky little rocks that are just off to the side. A bunch of rocks around here. I like this. This is like, there's a, like, every now and then when I'm printing things, I'll just print out a bunch of stuff. There's like a ruined thing from Zavka, whatever, where it's like, it's just like, you know, just like rubble. It's just like rubble and wood and stuff. It's like stuff that would be real good for like Mordheim. Oh, that sucks. That's real unfortunate. Sorry to hear that, yo. Oh yeah, no, yeah, sculpting your own little bits and veggies would be a good choice. I'm fully on board with that. Get a little bit of that slightly brighter red and just hit up like a couple small little areas on the lead. Actually, wait, I could just go back to the cult. I don't know. Ah, fuck! I dropped the paint on a bunch of other paints, knocked over several paints. Oh, fuck the... Hold on. There's one thing I can do. I nearly forgot. Butterhorde. Hey, let's go. Horde of the second pig. What happened to the first pig? I wish you best of luck. What happened to the first pig? There we go. I'm gonna use my metal marker and just use that to paint, little button. Some music got like a little off to this. Well, that looked pretty smooth. There we go. I'll let that dry a little bit. Where's the cultist guy? Oh, put him over here. He's looking pretty legit though. What do I do? Do I also want to give him like light tan pants? That might be the way to go. That might be the way to go. Behold, you have now been designated tan of pants. Go siege battle. Ooh! Oh, let's go. Oh, I really like that idea of like choosing like, you know, like risk reward for just like the durability of your base. It also feels like something Chaos Marauders would do because, like, you know, they're not looking for like long-term stability really, you know. Horn's not real big on like you know, sit there and fortify. If you were doing that, you would do, no, I don't know, it would be like the fantasy version of Iron Warriors. I guess just regular Chaos Warriors. There we go. See, I feel like they should have, but from what I understand, like, once again, this is like one of those things that, like, being on TG in my formative years, I assumed Doom Rider was a way more, like, important character. And it's like, yeah, Doom Rider basically got removed in 3rd edition. So, like, Doom Rider, by the time TG formed, was already out of the game for roughly 6 years. Like, God bless they were still making memes about Doom Rider and everything. But it's like, what the fuck happened there? But I would love a Doom Rider. Like, it's like, are they assuming that like Doom Rider's like too silly for like 40k now? I mean, I guess back then I don't know. That might have been something like legitimately like their mold for Doom Rider broke and they're like, we can't make another one. We are legitimately a small indie company at this time period. Oh yeah, you did say you were doing a mammoth. Fuck yeah, let's go. Set you aside and then. Okay, I fixed the little buckles. Yippee, let's go. Yeah. I don't know about, well, I think it's tied between, Emperor's Children and Night Lords. Like, for me, I always rate the, like, how much, like, all of them are evil shit. I always rate that like, how bad would I feel about being captured alive by a certain Chaos Space Marine thing? Like for me, it's like the number one choice will always continue to be world eaters, because they'll just kill you. Generally, yeah. That's the best choice to be captured by, because like, you know, a quick death is about as good as you can hope for. And like on the other end is like probably Night Lords, and then like Emperor's Children for just Chaos Space Marines. I think the worst one is still Drukhari though. Drukhari is still the worst to be captured by, which is what I generally take as like evil. Like and like okay, once again, everyone's an asshole, yada 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 yada. But you know, overall, as usual, Tau would be the best to be captured by. Necron, I don't know. Necrons are tricky, because sometimes they will just try to like kind of like take you over and enslave you. But like if you're captured by Trazyn and you're put in the gallery, then your fate is just living in slow motion, like being just held for like 0.3 microseconds to the end of time. And that is a very unique, spicy kind of hell that I would not be jazzed about. Overall, Necrons are probably not the worst choice to be captured by, but not great. Yeah, Orcs will just beat you to death. Orcs are in the same tier as like World Eaters, where it's like you'll die, but generally, like I mean, Orcs can be cruel, but generally that cruelty will not manifest in capture. Like Imperium will mostly kill you, but like, you know, Inquisition, like and like, you know, the Inquisition like captures like Chaos Space Marines and tortures them. Like what the fuck? Like that if you see an Inquisitorial Rosette and you think a capturing is in your future, like maybe duck out of living. Maybe duck out of living. That might be your best goal, but like depending on how much of a psyker they are, that might not even be an option. Other ones would be fine. Tyranids would be pretty high up on the list of being captured by, because you just get killed or processed. Gene Stealer cults could vary. They're kind of at that like baseline human where sort of like anything goes. What's some other one? Guy, how you looking? You looking at this guy? Looking good, looking stylish, looking approximately like cult leader guy, where it's like that. Like I like to imagine that like this guy's still a moron, but like he got like he's doing that thing where he got kitted out and now he thinks he's like the real big deal. He's like, yeah, I'm real fucking cool. Check out this cool gun I got, and he's still a moron. At least it's been a while since I read Infinite Divine, but the impression I got is that if you're captured in the vaults, you are locked in a state of permanent awareness. Now, I could be wrong, and I think you feel the passage of time, but you just can't do anything. But it's been a while since I read it, so I'm willing to believe that like I'm misremembering. That could totally be real. That I'm misremembering. Yeah, I think second worst would be Emperor's Children. Night Lords would torture you. Yes, it would be bad. Night Lords will eventually stop. Like, you know, like in like some of the books, they've done some like hardcore torture things to like make a certain effect happen. But once that effect happens, you die. Emperor's Children might keep you around for a while. They might still keep you around for a while, just for pain reasons, just for petty pain reasons until you expire, or they might hook you up to like a machine to make the pain last longer because, you know, they're doing you a favor. They're showing you how cool Slanesh is. Or you might be lucky and they might instantly grind you into drugs, but that's a very spicy gamble you're playing right there. Like it's like okay, if your gamble is successful, you get ground up into drugs immediately. If it's not, oh boy. You're getting diet Emperors. You're getting diet Drukhari. That's such a gamble. Hey, don't know, buddy. How you doing? Actually, I would argue Death Guard it's interesting. You don't really like, so like in Lords of Silence, there is a guy who got like captured by Death Guard, and like one of the guys basically like stole his heart, and you sort of like, it's basically describing the idea that like the Death Guard definitely weaponized depression. So like the dude is like, I don't feel anything, and I just stopped showering or caring about my appearance, and now I just gotta go places. How you doing, Arctic Fox Fang? Welcome everybody. We're talking about Death Guard because they're rad. I like Word Bears more now, but just a pretty legit. How's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And how you doing? How you doing, Arctic Fox? If you do not know me, I'm Howard the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. Today, I've worked on. I got this guy. This guy is a heavy machine armor lad. For Trench Crusade, though I've also made him a sneaky little Alpha Legion guy. He's about as done as he's going to be tonight because I need to varnish him before I do any like enamel effect bullshit. Also, I might try to touch up the axe a little bit. There's like a little bit I might get in there. Hey, let's go. Foxes are really legit. Tanks are really legit. Hell yeah. How you doing, Lunix? Welcome. Yeah, I've been working on him. I've been working on this little cultist lad as well, and a little bit on this what's it called? Word Bear Centaurian for Horse Heresy. Today is very much like I'm working on stuff on my desk and things will just kind of happen arbitrarily as it happens. Yeah, I could definitely like run this guy on tabletop and not feel bad. But there's definitely some other steps I could do to make him extra spicy. But yeah, hopefully your tank painting was fun. Okay, this guy, other side of the shoe. Where I can switch back to like doing the other guy because it's a little drippy. Yeah, I have like so many rhinos to do now. I've been playing 40k 3rd edition, and like I don't want to go full rhino spam, but I don't have one fully painted rhino. I do need to rectify that, but I don't know when I'm gonna fit that on my project list. But it does need to happen though. And I haven't built her yet. Hey, it's all good. I mean, that's the thing about backlogs is that they're with you forever. There we go. This is fun. This is fine. But yeah. Yeah, no, my backlog is filled with many of models. How you doing, Warzogs? Welcome everybody. Welcome. How you doing? I'm doing the bestest and most crumpin' force in 40k, aka the Word Bears. Yeah, so like, mind you, I'm still very new to like 3rd edition 40k. It's definitely like the idea. So a lot of the movement tricks, like as far as I'm aware, there's no way to like march a dude. They basically move 6 inches unless there's something for them to charge into, which means that like you really want like a metal box to like scoot them around the map. And also, like, you know, vehicles are interesting because they either tank shots forever from like light infantry arms, or you hit them with a tank weapon and they might just explode in one hit. You never know. But for 50 points, a rhino just to scoot your guys around does seem like a very like worthwhile. Like I brought a rhino with a pintle mounted bolter into the game, like my second game, and it dropped off 10 plague marines in my opponent's backfield because it was one of those missions where it's like get as many of your own models into your opponent's side as possible. And it turns out a rhino filled with plague marines, once it disgorges the plague marines, it's still there just shooting shit and just taking up space. But the plague marines, like plague marines actually like aren't any slower than any other models at that point in the game. But you know, they still need the scooter to get around. It's a scooter. I should say like a party van or something like that, a bus. God, yeah, no, it's really funny because like, so like I remember like I was like, well, I know there's gonna be vehicles, so I should have some las cannons. Like I had a Predator tank with some las cannons, and just like it just shot a rhino, and the rhino detonated. I was like, oh fuck, okay. If you have a strength 9 weapon, there's a very good chance to even rhinos are like light vehicles, so like nobody was playing with like a super heavy vehicle. It was like I had a Predator, a Dreadnought, and a rhino, and my opponent had a Razorback, a Rhino, and a Skimmer. That poor Skimmer. That thing exploded so much because from the side it has like 9 armor, and it was just really. I did also have one singular obliterator, just because I had the model for it, so I was like, okay, why not? One singular obliterator basically punctured that thing twice. It was really brutal. Yeah, battle taxi makes more sense for Rhino. Yeah. Once you get into like the Land Raider, that's definitely the van or the party bus. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, the las cannon's really good. Also having the what's it called? Having the obliterator be able to switch weapons around is really fucking good because like I can deep strike him, hit him with like a plasma gun, which plasma's still really. I actually think plasma so far, in the little bit I played, I think plasma's my favorite. Plasma's probably my favorite, like just a vanilla plasma gun. I have not experienced the it gets hot in a debilitating way yet. I'm sure it'll happen and it'll be real sad. I've gotten some ones, but I was able to make my saves, so like I just didn't immediately evaporate. But those things are super versatile. They'll like just like take out a marine and like they can like sometimes punch a vehicle. It's everything I would want in a gun. You get a cool glow effect, which is important to me as a painter. It has a low chance, but a chance against a vehicle, and they're not heavy, so I can just like have my guy just scoot around with one. How you doing, Ayosh? How you doing? Welcome. Today's been working on a bunch of stuff on my table, so I'm working on this guy at the moment. Oh fuck! Actually, I gotta ollie up from that. I got like a little bit. Oh, I went really fucking crazy on just like the trim. I did not give a fuck. How you doing? Now, let me get this little bit. I'm gonna. Apparently got some metal back there, and I don't know how, but that's fine. Yeah, first game the dice gods were definitely in my favor, like to the point where it was like real brutal. The second game was way more balanced. The obliterators were still good. I only ran one. God, for like having two obliterators seems fucking nuts. Oh, yo, let's go. Yeah, let's do that. Let's end on Nanner's fan club. Let's do that. Oh, that's my palette. Oh yeah, no. There we go. For people who do not know, this is my wonderful snake Nanners. She is doing very, very good. She's very active and very curious. She's been just snooping around and just like checking what's going on near her. She's been doing good. She's been doing really, really good. She's probably due for some food soon. That on here. I know you should be on here. I'm at the point now that I have to, there we go. I have to actually like dig. I have to dig through here. Brothers versus Death Guard. Ooh, yo, let's go. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think right now my what's it called? I think right now my favorite moment was one singular Havoc holding off 4 Assault Marines and then 2 Terminators. He eventually took a Power Fist to the chest and died, but he took out Terminator on the way in too, which is nice. So let's go. Let me pause the music and let's go to the chatting screen. Ooh, All right, thank you, nerds, for coming. I had a lot of fun. I updated the schedule early, so this is. There we go. I had to mute it. This is going to be the schedule for the week. So on a Tuesday, I'm probably going to be working on more Chaos Spawn. Wednesday, movie night's back again. We're going to be watching Dragonheart 5. It's going to be bad. I'm not feeling optimistic. The last one was real bad. I'm hoping it won't be bad, but we'll find out. On hold on a second. On Thursday, more Illbleed, which I've been most people don't know that there's 5 Dragonhearts. It is 1 direct to VHS like kids movie and 3 streaming era like fantasy like Netflix fantasy things. It's certainly a thing. And let me see. And yeah, and then on Saturday, XCOM 2 returns. It's been a while. I'm both looking forward to XCOM 2 and not, because I'm like, oh god, I'm going to probably forget like everything. So we'll see how that works. And on Sunday, I'm probably going to be painting a turnip model that's also going to be used for my Lost in the Dam. I'm trialing to name the Lost in the Yammed for like a turnip thing as like a tee-hee ha-ha pun. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, everyone on the YouTube side, I'm going to cut you loose. So bye, YouTube people. Bye-bye. And who do I want to raid on Twitch?